Uh, Editor Andre here. Episode 3 is on the way, clearly. That's why you clicked on this video, you know what I'm saying? But running late, we've had a lot of stuff life-wise. I just had spring break, so I wasn't at my PC to even be able to upload this episode. And me and Mike have had our busy schedule, so we haven't been able to get around to record a lot. But actually, as I'm saying this, we're getting ready to record the next episode. Episode 3 is coming out now. Sorry for the delay. And we're going to try to get back on top of things. So we're bringing you guys weekly content over here on the Put Over podcast. So put us over, hit a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when we're dropping our videos. And let me go ahead and finish editing episode 3 and then record episode 4. I'll catch y'all later.
All right, bet. Welcome back to the Put Over podcast. Today, hang on, I forgot we got to introduce ourselves. Welcome back to the Put Over We're back to square one. Welcome back to the Put Over podcast. I'm Michael.
I'm Andre.
And today we're reacting to Monday Night Raw, Elimination Chamber, and talking about everything in between. So to start it off, I'm going to ask a question. Obviously, we know CM Punk took that 10-year hiatus. If he would have stayed in the company, where would you have him all time if he stayed on the path he was on? Like his career trajectory. Do you think he would be top 10 all time?
Okay, see, here's the thing about that, right? There's a lot of factors within, like, just him staying and what that means, because we have to think about, because his last appearance, to my knowledge, was Royal Rumble 2014, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yo.
What? What's up?
I said, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I know. Okay, my fault. I was saying, because my fault. I was asking a question. I didn't frame that right. I said his last appearance on WWE television was Royal Rumble 2014, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't even know what the direction would be for him from Mania, because I wasn't watching wrestling at that point. And then we have to also think about, he doesn't like Vince. Vince didn't like him. So Vince had the company for about 10 more years. But I think inevitably he would have had to put the title on Punk, but he wouldn't have. I don't think he would have given Punk the runs he needed.
So at WrestleMania 30, Punk was gonna face Triple H. From everything I've seen.
Oh, so Daniel Bryan was a pivot then.
Mm-hmm. It's everyone bashed Punk for it, but I'm pretty sure he said Daniel Bryan should be in the main event.
I mean, thank you, Punk, but
yeah, it's I don't know. I think obviously you could go older, but Punk has to be one of the biggest butterfly effects ever in the company.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I think that's without a doubt.
Without him, there's no, like, you don't get your Seth Rollins, you don't get your AJ Styles kind of. You don't get your
Cody Rhodes.
You absolutely not. You don't get your Daniel Bryans. I don't think you get AEW, truthfully.
No, you
none of it.
Even if you do get AEW, it would have never reached where it reached, because it jumped. You heard, oh my God, the Young Bucks. Oh my God, Jon Moxley, Hangman Adam Page. When Marty Scurll was still like on TV, like him, and it took another leap when CM Punk actually returns to wrestling. I don't think it does that.
I agree. I absolutely agree with that.
But right. I do, to answer your question though, I do think there is a timeline where we're seeing CM Punk. I'd say top 5, top 4.
I agree. I absolutely agree with you. We'll get into Elimination Chamber reactions and Raw reactions, everything like that. You tell me if this is a hot take. I think, like, obviously not like career, but if we just take individual, like, packaging of a wrestler, so like the presentation, the mic work, the ring work, everything like that, just that alone, like, because like it'd be hard because he left for 10 years. He might be top 5 off that logic. I think nobody's better than him on the mic. That might be a hot take.
He's undeniable on the mic. I think I would have liked, because we saw CM Punk and John Cena on the mic together, and to me, they make good points both ways. but I would have liked to see 2016 to maybe 2018 John Cena versus CM Punk Prime on the mic, because I think John Cena was a little bit better between those years. But maybe that's because like nobody else was really like Punk was like the only person at the time who was like, oh, you put them on the mic, we don't know what's gonna happen. It's usually gonna end up with Punk winning. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I mean 100%. All right, so moving on, Elimination Chamber reactions. Let's called it.
Go. I
John
told you,
Cena,
man.
He called it. John
go.
Cena turns heel, aligns with The Rock. They beat the crap out of Cody Rhodes. Even I don't know why Travis Scott was there, but he was there.
No, okay, so before we even get into the ripple effects of that, of John Cena turning, I need to make a statement to everybody out there, like on all the social media platforms. Like, y'all are way too much on Travis Scott, I feel like. Because I feel like there's always a celebrity for a big moment like that. Like Mike Tyson with DX and Stone Cold. Muhammad Ali in a couple places. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Dennis Rodman with the NWO. So not too much on Travis Scott being there. I found it personally amusing.
I didn't hate it. I was confused
in the corner with Hayes, but he had no reason to hit Cody Rhodes like that. I think no one told him that wrestling was fake. I genuinely think.
Didn't he rupture his eardrum or something?
Yeah, that chair spot's gonna be nasty. I know that's gonna happen.
Oh, dude, the receipt is gonna be insane. Did you see? Apparently Travis Scott's gonna do John Cena's heel song.
That's fire. I'm not gonna lie, that's fire. But also let John Cena rap on it. Bro.
I was gonna say if they collab on that, I'll lose my mind, dude. But I feel like it can't be. I feel like the song I feel like it's gonna end up being really good, but I feel like it shouldn't be. Like if anything, like how cool would it be if? Like, granted, this is you might not be like on this idea the way I am. If everything we know about Cena, like the jorts, the music, everything like that, you take all that away and just give him a brand new identity. I don't even think he should have music to come out to the ring. I think he should just walk out and you get the mixed reaction of the crowd.
That would be visceral. That would like WrestleMania entrance, just straight walk to the ring, bro.
I need do you remember Tommaso Ciampa when he turned heel on Gargano, he came out to the ring with no music and they just that I want to see that, but I don't think he's gonna get full booze. If anything,
this is going to be. If we thought Roman Cody was bad in terms of pick a side, this is going to be 5 times that.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be 5 times, even more than 5 times. It might be 50 times that, because like you have the Cody fans, like the hardcore Cody fans. John Cena's just John Cena at this point. Like Cody Rhodes is on the top in terms of wrestling, but in the world, John Cena is John Cena. And if you put this, because the wrestling goes out to the world, so a lot of the wrestling fans may be on Cody's side, but the general public is probably going to be leaning towards John Cena.
I will say I've never been John Cena's never been like my guy, per se.
Yeah,
I really want to see heel Cena win the belt. I really want to see it.
Bro.
I really want to see it. Just like I want to see him just come out to Raw, do an open challenge for the world title, and just they screw someone out of it because he would have never done that before. Bring the
golden shovel out.
No, literally. Like someone comes out, they try to cut a promo. I just want to hear him say nice speech and bury everybody.
Hey, yo! Oh my goodness.
Everybody.
Yeah, I'm interested. Okay, to go to the first part of what you just said, I agree with you in terms of heel Cena winning the belt, because if we're turning John Cena heel and he's not winning the title, what are we doing? That they're like, I understand bringing the appeal of John Cena his last year, but if it doesn't culminate in a title victory, you might have just fucked John Cena's career up for that. Like, not his whole career, of course, but it's gonna leave a bad taste in people's mouths.
The heel turn has to mean something. That's exactly the way I see it. But
and
do we think he's gonna turn face again, or do we think because he's retiring at the end of this year? Do we think it's just gonna be corporate Cena? Like he's not gonna wrestle anymore. What if he's just always a bad guy now? Because the fans, the fans are still gonna love him, right?
Yeah, I just don't think we can't. If they turn Cena back face, it can't. It has to make sense. You can't just have, because I saw a lot of people be like, "Oh, CM Punk's gonna be the one to turn him face," right? And my thing is, you can't. It can't just be John Cena loses the title after being corporate and turns face. Let's not do that. Like
It's what I think. I saw that as well. People think CM Punk should be the one to turn him face. This might be ridiculous to say because he's not of like the CM Punk John Cena caliber. I think it should be R-Truth who ends up turning him face.
I think he's about to beat the shit out of R-Truth on SmackDown when he shows up.
Dude, I'm not ready for that.
This is going to bring tears to my eyes, man. I don't know if I have the heart to watch that because it's gonna be bad. Because I can already picture it. R-Truth gonna come down to the ring. John Cena's gonna come out to the ring, right? He's gonna come out to the ring. R-Truth gonna come down. John, they telling me you turn heel. Your heel looks fine to me. He's gonna say some dumb shit like that, and he's gonna be wearing like John Cena's old gear. Like it's gonna be like the classic John Cena gear, and John Cena's going to beat the shit out of R-Truth, and he's gonna tear the shirt off of him, tear the armband. It's gonna hurt my heart, man. I'm not ready for it.
That's gonna be like. Do we think R-Truth's a Hall of Famer? Right? I'm not tripping when I say that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
He is one of the rare. He's like, I think he's on a higher tier, but it's like I'm pretty sure Boogeyman's in the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like in terms of like comedy characters, like your Gold Dusts, everything like that.
Yeah, like R-Truth is like a couple tiers, especially for a comedy character. He's about solid A/B tier for a comedy character, considering that he's won the United States and Tag Team Championships. Who
are we saying is the best comedy character of all time? Is it Kurt Angle? Because he wasn't strictly comedy, but when
What do we mean by best comedy? Because if you mean like the best wrestler that was also in a comedic role, or do you just mean who was the best at being comedic?
It really depends what definition we pick here. Because like if it's like who was the best comedian, like strictly, Angle's probably up there. I wouldn't say it's him, but like.
I think R-Truth clears because R-Truth was given a bet to go out to the ring and make Brock Lesnar laugh, and he did it.
He did. Am I tripping, or didn't Brock request to work with him more after that?
He did. He
That's
absolutely
insane.
did, and we never got the segments.
That's insane.
No, we got one. There was one where Brock Lesnar was like pissed off, and he was trying to break through security, and security's holding him back, and R-Truth comes out the side. Brock, calm down. Brock, calm down. Just random. I think that's the only one I can remember off the top of my head, though.
Could you imagine a world, like, obviously it's, like, too late for them to do it. Imagine a world where Paul Heyman got injured and R-Truth stepped in as his manager.
That would make it 10 times better, especially if Brock had the title. If Brock had the title and R-Truth had to be his manager, that run would feed generations because it would have to pay off when Brock wins.
Yeah, like R-Truth's like calling him like UFC champion or something. Just like absolute nonsense.
Oh my goodness, that would be insane. No, oh my goodness, R-Truth solidified Hall of Famer.
Yeah, his speech is gonna be insane. I'm gonna love his speech. But moving back in Elimination Chamber, so obviously Cena won the Elimination Chamber. How'd you feel about the match?
I feel like I felt better about the match than a lot of people did. I feel like if you like, there are a lot of people who don't like, who are vehemently against Priest and Logan Paul, and sometimes Seth Rollins in the ring. The pacing of the match, I felt it was good. Everything made sense to me. Drew was fixed on John Cena too much. Got cooked by Drew. Got hit with the roll up. Drew screws Priest. Logan Paul frog splash off the cage. I didn't have a problem with the match. Seth Rollins also showed us that there's levels to hate. And I used to call CM Punk the greatest hater I've ever known in terms of wrestling. Seth has a real conversation, and it's not funny. Like, people were talking about Drew. People talk about Punk. I'm like, bro. People talk about Edge all time.
I've never seen someone in a submission hold and a wrestler yelling, die.
That's what I'm saying. There's levels to hate.
That was crazy. I mean, I liked the match. I think Seth was protected with the way he got finished. Punk was protected.
Absolutely.
But I like it. It was cool. You know, I don't think it was the best chamber match of the night. I think
Oh, no.
the women burned the house down.
Yeah, and
But-
I think that's because they have to. The men had so many names in the chamber that it didn't necessarily have to be bang 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 the entire match. I don't think anybody. I feel like unless you're being very facetious about it, I don't think anybody has any in-ring concerns with any of the wrestlers in those matches minus Cena. Because you were talking about Cena, you didn't think he could go, bruh, and he was hooping. He was hooping in the chamber match.
He was. I'll give him his props. He was.
But yeah, I think the women had to show out, and they definitely did show out.
So, if we had to pick MVPs of each chamber match, who do you think MVP for the men's match?
MVP for the men's match, I'm gonna go Seth Rollins.
That's fair. That's very
Um,
fair.
I think in terms of how like every spot in the match that I can think of, Seth Rollins had a decent amount of really good spots, and the way he went out really protected him. And the stomp. Oh my! Like in terms of like telling the story, Seth Rollins was the MVP of the match. Women's match, I feel like it should come as no surprise. I'm not necessarily very high on her. But Liv Morgan was the MVP of the match to me.
We need to give her flowers. It's since after her feud with Becky. I think I don't know if I was talking to you about this or someone else. Since after that Becky feud, I think she is the MVP of the women's division. Her mic work got miles better. She has chemistry with just about everybody.
She has chemistry with everybody except the person they feuded her with. Like I don't think it's a wrestler thing because I think they're both good wrestlers. I think Liv is a little bit better technically than Rhea, but Rhea's power definitely makes up for it. But I just think it was a clashing of styles that didn't work. Sometimes when you mash styles together like that, they do work, but I think Rhea works better with someone her size. I don't know if that makes sense.
Sure,
But
that's fair.
From the matches I remember she had that were really good, like the ones with Bianca, but also Bianca's had S tier wrestler.
Yeah.
But like just like I feel like she works better with people who aren't Liv Morgan. It's crazy, but
That's fair. I think a big part of that kind of obviously the introduction of the return of Raquel, that kind of made everyone look at that rivalry a little differently because they messed it up.
yeah.
That was just I don't know the way they did that. So it just you could tell something wasn't right with that.
That was up there with the Tonga Loa botch.
Oh god, what the
On
low
his
blow
debut.
or when
No,
he almost revealed himself.
when he mistimed his reveal. He was supposed to grab the ref and almost didn't.
Oh yeah, that was bad. But I mean, like the only gripe I have with Liv is I think her like character work in the women's division right now next to none. I just don't like the Oblivion.
Yeah, it's like the jump and complete shot. It's like the Shelton Benjamin old finisher.
Yeah, it's
But
like
it's off the ropes. Honestly,
It-
I think she used the code breaker. Honestly, that one don't work.
I think
works
that'd be
really
cool.
well.
But the only it's like it's a good finisher if someone knows how to take it. Like Becky,
Yeah.
Becky made that finisher look like $100, $1 million.
I mean, it's like Becky's finisher, the manhandle slam she was using. That finisher was a Uranagi. I feel like it's not hard to make that move look good, but
Yeah.
every woman in the division minus like Liv Morgan managed to make it look terrible. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It was definitely strange, but I mean, I would for sure say Liv was MVP of that match. We had the
Oh, yeah.
return of Jade. How'd you feel about that?
I need to see where they go with it because I don't want to skip too far ahead to Raw. But like there were some things on Raw that I just need to see where they're going with this
Mm-hmm.
because there was a lot going on with that. She attacked Naomi. I called that from the jump.
Yeah.
I knew Naomi had some part in it, but I have to see how they handle it. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause
Yeah.
that's really going to determine how I feel about it.
It's, I mean,
Also, let's normalize wrestlers showing up in regular attires to just fight. You're not coming in to wrestle a match. Why are you wearing? I'm not gonna lie. And
Jade
say
looked like
I
the
didn't-
$1,000,000.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I was about to say. I'm not gonna say I didn't want to see that, but also let's normalize not showing up in your ring gear just for an attack. That doesn't make sense. I don't know.
Yeah, like,
I feel like it means more if you like. But Jade is aura farming, and that's okay.
it depends. Like, CM Punk, I don't think would show up in ring gear to jump someone kind of thing, because that's just not his style. I think it works for Jade, because she's like, you look at Jade, like, I know they're all called like WWE superstars. She looks like a mega star
Oh, absolutely.
kind of thing. It's, I mean, this.
But also, I like to think about it like, I like to think about it as if it's real. It's like, hold up, I'm about to beat her ass. Hold on, let me just change into my.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I definitely get it.
no, that's fair. I mean, how'd you feel about the showing in the women's matches? Obviously, besides the Rumble, Roxanne's big debut on the main roster.
Roxanne, A plus.
Mm-hmm.
My girl Alexa Bliss, y'all need to stop playing with her, man. Y'all see she pulled the Twisted Bliss out? What y'all know, bro?
I keep saying she's top 10 women's wise all time. People don't want to hear it though.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no.
I think
First of all, anybody who doesn't want to hear it, I don't like to use this argument, but you don't know ball.
Oh!
She's top 10. Alexa Bliss is top 10 and closer to 5 than 10.
Okay, I agree. I was debating this with my friend TJ. It's, you've probably seen him. He comments on a lot of our posts. So we were debating who's higher all time between Alexa Bliss and Bayley. Now, I said if she didn't have the moniker of a 4-horsewoman, Alexa would be clear. That was my debate. I think she's better on the mic. At this point, I think she's better in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel about it. I just don't think Bayley has any real identity.
I will agree with you. I think Bayley's NXT career really carries.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the takeover matches carry. But I can't say Bayley's main roster runs are necessarily better than Alexa Bliss's main roster runs.
I agree.
I
agree.
I think Alexa Bliss is just she's transitioned between character gimmicks, and she's also tweaked each gimmick every time. Like, when you see the goddess the first time, it's not the same goddess that shows up the second time.
Yep, 100%.
And like when she goes into her creepy like Sister Abigail character, when she went into it the first time, it doesn't look the same as it does now. Like it just, like, Alexa Bliss can pivot, and to me, she's a lot more well-rounded.
Yeah.
You can argue Bayley's more technical in the ring at times. And if you want to go peak for peak's even a conversation. Honestly, if we want to say 2016, 2017 Alexa Bliss,
I'm taking
peak
peak Alexa. I'm taking
versus
peak Alexa.
versus NXT Bayley, that's a conversation we can have peak for peak. But in terms of totality of a career, I'm gonna have to say Alexa Bliss is better.
Like, I think the only real difference is Bayley's Royal Rumble win. Like, from a accolade standpoint, like, it's people like hype up Bayley. I saw people have her as high as like 5th all time in the women's ranking. I think that's a little high. I'd probably have her around like 7, 8, maybe.
Yeah,
But
I think the 4-horsewoman moniker keeps her in the top 10.
100%.
And what's a crazy conversation? Bianca Belair, I don't even think she's hit her peak, and she's top 10.
Yep. Absolutely, I agree. Who would you have higher all time as of right now, Rhea or Bianca? Because I think that's a lot closer than people are going to give it credit for.
That is, you know what's gonna be the problem, and people aren't gonna want to admit it. There are always, like, I like to use the magic bird. I like to call it the magic bird syndrome. I feel like when two wrestlers get tied to each other, they're always gonna be closer in rankings than people think. Like, when you see Magic and Bird on most people's top 10s, for a long time, they're going to be closer to each other than people think. And people are going to be like, no, but one has 5 rings, one has 3. One's going to be like, well, one has more MVPs, one's a better player, X, Y, and Z. And you see it in the women's division, in my opinion, with Trish, Lita,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and for some people, Becky, Charlotte. Now, I think that's what's gonna happen to Rhea and Bianca because I think that they're just Magic and Bird. Like I genuinely just think that's what it is. You tell me who's Magic, you tell me who's Bird, but they're Magic and Bird.
Yeah, it's obviously we're not going to skip too far ahead to Raw because we still have a few matches to talk about. I think Io's right there with them. I'm not going to lie.
Amen.
And
when it's all said and done, Io might be higher. I don't know.
I don't think that's ridiculous to say at all. I think when it's all said and done, Io could really be the GOAT. Call me crazy for that. I think the language barrier is the only thing that really messes that up because, like, promo-wise, obviously that's a big...
Yeah.
But in ring, I don't know who I'm taking over her, truth be told.
In ring, I'll say, first of all, I'll say it. Right now, I don't care. You can put any women's wrestler in WWE history up against her. There is no better women's wrestler all time than Io Sky. And I'll genuinely just say that. In terms of in-ring performance...
Yeah,
there is no better women's wrestler in WWE history than Io Sky. You can say she doesn't have the power, but it don't matter.
She doesn't need
it. Like at all. Like the closest argument I'll probably hold is like Streak Asuka was a hooper.
Yeah,
but even still, Io can do what Asuka does and put a moonsault on top of it. Like when I don't see.
Like when I look at Io and like. Because, like, she hasn't cut the craziest promos. It's like she can talk decently. Like, I'm not, like, faulting her or anything. I kind of look at Io the same way I look at Tom Brady in the aspect Brady wasn't mobile. He couldn't run. And Io can't talk. Brady's still the GOAT. There's nothing that's stopping Io from getting that exact same moniker. Because in ring, at least in the company right now, I would have her miles first. Well, I don't know about as of right now, I'd probably have Liv as like not a close second, but like relatively close. She hasn't missed recently.
Yeah, I think what's gonna hurt about Liv is I don't think they're gonna try to do a new gen 4 horsewoman, which I think with Liv, Io, Rhea, and Bianca you could do that, but I have a feeling Liv is going to be to Rhea, Bianca, and Io what Alexa was to the 4 horsewomen. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that to happen.
That's
but I
fair,
can see that.
But
yeah, I can see that being like what happens to Liv in terms of when people talk about it.
Respectfully, I'm taking Alexa over half the 4 horsewomen.
Oh,
time.
Me too. Like me too. I'm not
she's
saying
over
I'm not
Bayley
saying
and Sasha. And I'm not gonna say she's over Charlotte because like Charlotte's in-ring ability speaks for itself, but that's another one. I think you very well could debate that when it comes to mic work, character work, everything like that. But speaking on the chamber, it's Alexa keeps doing this and it keeps frying me. When she gets them into the Sister Abigail position, just hit the move. You don't need to pose for like 15 seconds.
Yes, she does. Don't tell her what she has to do.
No, but she did it like because I think she set it. I forget the first time she set it up on someone and she sat there and I was like, okay,
Roxanne Perez, yeah.
Yeah, like I get it, and then she did it again and it's like, hit your finisher, you know? Like
I think they will start. She will stop doing that once they stop popping for it. Every time she does it and hold it, they pop. So like, why stop? Yeah.
That's
also, another interesting thing I want to point out in terms of that women's chamber match is when Naomi got attacked. They especially with Triple H and his whole cinema thing, they pan to Alexa Bliss's reaction, and there's something about that reaction that really makes me think that Naomi, I don't think she's innocent, but I don't think she's guilty. You know what I'm saying?
Like you think someone else was involved?
Yeah, and we're gonna get to that when we get to Raw. But someone else has to be involved because with her having her whole like Wyatt Six thing in her head, she got the voices in her head like Orton. But usually when somebody gets attacked that deserves it, they don't care. Like that's been they're the whole hurt heel thing.
Like I would have thought like if say like Naomi was the was the only one who was guilty, I thought Alexa Bliss would have been like clapping, smiling, jumping up and down,
exactly,
everything like that. But we'll get to another match here shortly, but we got to talk about Bianca, her acting when Naomi got hit.
Oh my goodness.
That woman can act. That was
Throw her in
nuts.
a movie. I'm not gonna lie. Go ahead, throw her in a movie.
I think she could.
Have
I think
to,
she
it's
could
gonna
be a
have to be a
movie star.
military movie, but yeah, it'll have to be a military movie. But
I could see Bianca in like a Fast and Furious.
oh, absolutely, I would love to see that. I know in my head I said military because I'm like I don't think it could be like a Hallmark movie. I don't think I could do that. But,
No, she's not gonna be in like a rom-com or something.
Yeah.
I don't know who wants to see that.
You'd be surprised at the internet. But yeah, no, I'd love to see her in a Fast and Furious. I'd love to see Rhea in a Fast and Furious too. Put them both in the Fast and Furious to have them fight each other.
If there was like a gang movie and they were like each like the leaders of that and like they were going against each other, I think that'd be a really cool. I think they could sell that really well.
Matter of fact, let's bring WWE Studios movies back and throw like mad wrestlers in the movies. You keep using like one. They used to use like one to like really carry the movie. Nah, throw mad wrestlers in that joint. That would be fire.
You could. I'd love it if they did like a movie with straight wrestlers. I would.
Wrestlers,
I'd watch
they would have to take like months off. But
yeah.
We get Blair Davenport. Oh, she's released. Never mind. We get I don't know somebody who's in catering, but they put them on TV.
Yeah, bring who could you bring? Bring Don't Hinder the Gender. Make that a movie. Yeah.
Hell no. Yeah, but yeah, that was my thing about the chamber match. Bianca, great acting. A little bit too much acting, because especially with the way the John Cena thing and the way he was reacting to things, and then ends up turning on him. I don't trust nobody who overreacts like that anymore.
Yeah, like if I don't like it really. I don't know how that's gonna age because we'll get into Raw in a little bit. If Bianca did have something to do with it, I don't know if I like the acting performance more or less.
Like, shoot, I like it more because it caught everybody. The timeline was insane.
It was crazy. Like I don't know if Jade and Naomi's a Mania match I would be super excited for. If there was a stipulation, absolutely, but just one-on-one, I don't.
Yeah, no, that'll be a night one opening night. You know
like I feel like that's something that they could do more with than just like a normal one-on-one, because they've been teasing it for like what, 9 months maybe.
Yeah,
but
the payoff being Jade Naomi, like, unless again we had this conversation, I don't know if it was on the airwaves or not, but we had a conversation like if they're gonna turn Naomi heel, do it the right way. She has to be beating people's asses, or it's just not gonna make sense.
They gotta stop.
We can't have. Her. I don't want scared Naomi heel. That's not what I want to see.
It's we've talked about it. You know how I feel about the scared heel trope.
Yeah.
They did it to Alexa. They did it to Liv. It's like they could do, like, just let them cheat to win. They don't need to be scared all the time.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think if Naomi's turning heel, bring up Jakara and Lash Legend.
Ooh.
Team Bad Part 2. Why not?
I like that. I like that a lot. That could be solid. I think if they were calling up heels from NXT though, I think Jada Parker, her heel work is very good, because like my fear
though is that Jada Parker's heel work is gonna outplay Naomi's heel work, and I don't think you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when they brought Jacob in, but he was really just supposed to be under Solo, and then Jacob turned into this megastar. You know what I'm saying?
It could, but I feel like they could spin it into something where like they say Naomi's calling the shots, and then if they like spun it into like Bianca's really calling the shots, and she's just like doing the whole Rock like playing good guy to the crowd thing, I think that could be pretty cool.
Oh, but yeah.
I don't know what a faction like that would look like past that rivalry. I think.
Naomi, Lash, and Jakara. That could do like that. That's a allow Naomi to be a vet and be a vet to Jakara and Lash as they go get the women's tag team championships.
Sure.
So now we have another legitimate tag team in the women's tag team championship runnings.
That's fair. So, looking at it right now, what do you think the play is for the women's tag titles at Mania?
Oh yeah, we know what it is. Liv Morgan should not have put her hands on Little Miss Bliss.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
it's about time.
Yep.
You just activated the sleeper agents. Bo Dallas just got cleared to return to in-ring action. Yeah, y'all cooked Judgment Day. Y'all shouldn't have did that. Cause yeah, it's over.
And so
we're gonna have Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss again, women's tag team championships, because Dom's gonna put his nose in where it doesn't belong, and he's gonna come face to face with Uncle Howdy, which is going to be interesting, especially with the whole Finn trying to go after the Intercontinental Championship thing, and Carlito just being Carlito. Carlito's gonna get cooked.
Oh yeah.
You see Carlito eat that spear on Monday. Braun
Bro.
Braun don't do nothing but fight old people, bro. I'm over it. He's the one person he fought that was his age. He lost.
He's a superstar, though. We got to give him props. He's insane.
He's beating up on old people.
But
this is unethical buckets.
Talking about the idea of Alexa and Nikki Cross against Raquel and Liv, I thought they were gonna do it on Raw, like get some kind of tease, because I didn't realize Liv eliminated Alexa from the Rumble. As well.
Oh yeah, that's why I said it. Yeah, that's why I said it, because I remember, because the way Alexa Bliss just popped up and stared at Liv after it happened, I said, Liv, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done. You're laughing at Alexa Bliss, and she's not laughing. You're done.
I don't think that's gonna start until whoever the new member is of the Judgment Day is gonna come in and they're gonna turn on Finn Balor, and then I think that makes perfect sense for the Wyatt Six to come in.
Who do we think that's gonna be, though?
Whoever it is, I think they're gonna waste it.
No idea.
I think it's gonna be Aleister Black, truthfully. I'm not excited for it, but that's who I think it's gonna be. I think it would be cool if they got Andrade in there as well.
Andrade might be pushing it.
Kick Carlito out.
No.
It's any, like, all the credit they lost came the moment Carlito joined. I like Carlito, I do. He's not the kind of guy you add to your stable and makes them gain more validity. It just looks like it's something for him to do. And the Judgment Day name has been on top of the company for the last, like, 3 years, maybe?
I think they just need to change the name.
Remember when they were going to call him Street Trash?
I was like, that was not a good idea. But I'm glad they didn't go through with it. But
had shirts and everything. That's crazy.
Aleister Black would be... I feel like that's way too predictable, because you know what? And it might be because they're going to need a leader to come in and, like, unless they wanted to have Dom, like, lead, but no. Yeah, it's probably gonna be Aleister Black. Penta would be interesting, but he's too much of a good guy. He's feuding with Ludwig Kaiser right now. But
I mean, I wouldn't be against seeing Penta as a bad guy, though.
Oh, me neither. But I think because he's in the feud with Ludwig, it's like, well.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. So I'm trying to think, what other match? KO and Sami Zayn. Did it meet your expectations?
I mean, they did what I thought they were gonna do. I don't think those types of matches don't necessarily wow me. Because especially when they call it unsanctioned, because the last unsanctioned match they had was the one where it was like in the 90s. Wasn't it after a pay-per-view, like after everybody had cleared out?
Was it?
Like then they wrestled.
What match are you talking
wrestled
about?
in it. There was an unsanctioned match. I'm gonna look it up because there was an unsanctioned match.
Was Triple H and Brock Lesnar at Mania 29 not unsanctioned? Am I tripping?
I have no idea. WrestleMania. You asked me WrestleMania 29. I have no clue. Unsanctioned death. What is that? It was 2002. It was the Shawn Michaels Triple H one.
Oh,
it was the one
at
where
SummerSlam.
Yeah, because the arena was empty. I don't remember if it was before the pay-per-view started or after, but that's when they did.
Was it? I don't think it was empty. Am I tripping? I might be tripping.
I think it was empty. Let me check. Unsanctioned match 2002. Bro.
Because I feel like I've seen that match a good amount of times. That match was crazy. You know how crazy it is that was on the card, and then you get Lesnar and Rock on the exact same card.
Yeah, that's just
Just
crazy.
Thinking about that in 2025.
Oh, I'm
is-
tripping. Never mind. It was. I'm thinking of a different. I'm thinking of a different. Whatever the hell. I'm thinking of a different stipulation then. So scratch that. Scratch everything
It's
I
like,
just said.
I feel like I know what you're talking about though. I'm blanking, but I feel like there was something that happened like after. Or are you talking about? It was on Raw. There was a Hell in a Cell match. It was like Cena, Punk, Del Rio, Ziggler. There was a bunch of them, and they just never put it out. Is that what you're talking about?
No, not that one.
Yeah, because that match was horrible. I'm so happy they never put that out.
Oh yeah, that was.
It's no.
Oh, I'm an idiot. It was the halftime heat match. It was the Rock Mankind match, the empty arena match. That's what it was. Never mind.
Was that the Falls Count Anywhere one?
Yeah,
He like pinned him with like the excavator or something.
it was something like that.
Yeah, no, that was like if they, man, get rid of the halftime shows. Just literally have a Falls Count Anywhere match. I would love that so much.
No, that would be fire.
People
but
would not be into that though, unless like
Yeah.
unless it was like, if it was like a Cena and Rock match, I think people could get behind it. But like if you don't have people of that caliber, they're just
it would have.
not-
Yeah, it would have to be the two biggest names.
they're not gonna get behind that.
But yeah, to the match, I think the match was good. It had a lot of good spots. Barbed wire was insane, and it wasn't shaved down.
Yeah,
Those guys are
like that they did
maniacs.
that.
I texted Luke halfway through the match. I said, "This is not the type of. This is the wrestling I'm trying to avoid."
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
that's not the type of match I'm trying to do, bro. But no, it was a good match. I will never forgive WWE security for saving Kevin Owens' life.
It's coming.
I was
It's coming.
I was waiting to see Randy Orton kick the crap out of Kevin Owens. I was so mad because that's when security decided to do their job. They swarmed Randy as he went for that punt kick.
Yeah.
They said Kevin Owens is crazy with a pile driver, but nah, not that punt kick. We can't let that shit rock. Oh my goodness.
No, it's insane.
But one spot I really liked, and I'm just yapping, so my fault. But
No, go ahead.
one spot I really liked was the spot where Kevin hit him with the one apron powerbomb and fucked it up, and Sami Zayn tried to fight out of it, and then they ran the spot back. That was great improvisation.
Yeah.
So that was dope. But yeah, nah, it was a decent match. I'm not usually the Extreme Rules guy. Like I love a, don't get me wrong, I love a good ladder match and or a TLC ladders match when people are jumping off of ladders, but when they're just throwing people through stuff, sometimes it's cool. But after a while, I kind of tune out. But
Yeah.
no, it was good.
Did-
What I told you what was gonna happen, and it happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think people are deterred by that match because they didn't bleed?
I think people may look down on it because they didn't bleed, but being deterred, I feel like that just means they didn't like the match, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the them not bleeding shouldn't be the reason that they don't like the match.
Sure. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of sadistic for people to say.
Yeah, I'm just like, I mean, cool. But I did expect them to bleed, especially when Kevin Owens hit the barbed wire chair. I was expecting that to be the moment, but it wasn't. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Bro has a strong forehead. And I was like, I respect it.
Yeah. But, I mean...
And these
like,
motherfuckers need to stop. They need to learn that Kevin Owens can't be superplexed. He
Yeah,
hasn't been
I
superplexed
don't-
in like 3 years.
I don't know. Like, it's funny that they keep doing that, but you would imagine, especially Sami Zayn, of all people, would pick up on it, that you don't do that.
That's what I'm saying. That should be the one thing you shouldn't do during that match. You know
Yeah.
him.
It made no sense. So we think KO versus Randy at Mania? That's the match?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Do we think one-on-one normal match, or do we think stipulation?
Stipulation for sure. Because Brandy's going to want to get his lick back for Kevin Owens damn near breaking his neck.
I think for that match, I think that's going to be one of the ones where there's no stipulation, solely for the fact that we know how the match is going to end. It's going to be Orton punt kicking him. That makes up for there being no stipulation.
But the punt kick is a banned move. That's the like canonically the punt kick is banned.
I mean,
So-
is it? I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think he would have teased it if he couldn't do it. You know?
Well, he wasn't in a match. You know what I'm saying?
Fair. That's fair.
Like I think they're gonna be allowed to use a punt kick like realistically, because yeah, if Seth Rollins they brought the stomp back, so the punt kick came back. So yeah, Randy Orton can use the punt kick. I just think like in terms of like within the world, the punt kick is banned. So I think there will have to be a stipulation. Because I feel like in that WrestleMania match, Kevin Owens is gonna try to power driver Kevin Owens or Randy Orton.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think, what other matches were there at the Chamber
That are worth talking about?
Yeah.
Because outside of that tag match, don't think anything's else left. Also, Liv Morgan taking that whip spot. Oh my goodness,
dude!
The sound during the match, and I saw an angle from the crowd. It was that loud, bro. That's insane.
It's the only thing that deters me about Bianca and just like her whole character is when obviously it's Elimination Chamber, so like it makes sense. Like she's not getting disqualified in a one-on-one match. If she's hitting someone with that braid, that should be a disqualification. Like, you tell me, am I tripping on that?
Well, technically it's a part of the wrestler's body, so I don't think that's a disqualification. But she doesn't do it for the most part anyway, because she's a good guy now. When she was a heel, she was fucking people up with that.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, I feel like that should be a disqualification because it's like not everyone's doing that, but I guess that is part of her appeal. I also really don't like the EST thing. I looked it up to figure out exactly what it meant because I didn't really like it. Then I figured out what it meant. I still think it's kind of dumb. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's clever, but it's not something you base your whole gimmick around. And I think a big issue for me with Bianca is we have seen little to no character work with her over the last few years.
Yeah, I think she needs a little bit more character work, especially if she's going to be a good guy. But I like the EST thing. I feel like because it's clever, because you can really use it for anything, especially the whole you can't spell WrestleMania without EST. That's a bummer.
Yeah. No, yeah.
But
like it works, but like it's just that being her whole thing is she should have more.
Yes, I agree with you on that. I think she should be more outside of that. But
yeah. And like I mean I see people calling her the female John Cena, which I wouldn't say. Like when it comes to like a bearing perspective, if anything, that's Charlotte to me. But when it comes to kind of the gimmick, she's been in the exact same gimmick for 4 years or something. Yeah. Like it's turn her heel, have her do just something different. I think.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like Rhea. Like I think Rhea's gotten a little stale as well.
Well, the problem is it's the Magic Bird thing. They need each other. There's no at least at the time, in my opinion, there was no other. At least for Bianca, there was no other heel on the brand she was on that would be worth or there was no other face on that brand that would be worth a Bianca heel turn. That's and the fair. Same thing for Rhea. There was no other like unless we were turning Liv Morgan face, which didn't even work because at the time people still loved Rhea, even though Liv Morgan was justified. Like let's be so completely honest there.
What in the whole revenge tour thing?
Yeah,
100%, 100%.
But turning her a good guy just simply did not work at the time because Rhea was red hot at the time.
What face turn are you talking about? Are you talking about like when she was feuding with like Ronda and stuff?
No. I'm saying they couldn't turn. I feel like they tried to turn Liv face in the Rhea feud, but it didn't.
Yeah,
work. I think it was kind of like the way they tried to turn Charlotte face when she cut her promo and it didn't work.
No, that's the stupidest idea they could have ever done.
Oh, absolutely.
She should never be a face again. Sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off.
No, you're good.
There's never.
Yo, the Charlotte hate in this man's heart.
It's never enough.
Oh shit. Oh, but no. What I'm saying is like I feel like they need each other in terms of there are no other bigger names for the other person to make a switch either way.
Sure.
Like you can argue EO now, especially that they're booking her as they should be. That to be worth the face heel turns. But to your point, I think Bianca is the female John Cena. I would agree with you on Charlotte, but I think John Cena had a lot more fans than Charlotte does. I don't know.
100%. I think
like with John Cena, it was split down the middle. The kids like John Cena, and like the casuals like John Cena. The wrestling, like the people who've been watching wrestling for a long time, like for a minute, or like value different things in wrestling, did not like John Cena. There was a "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks" chant. Like that's just what it was. And I feel like it's kind of that way for Bianca, but not to that extent, of course.
Thinking about that statement now, I would say Charlotte's like the female Hulk Hogan. She doesn't lose when she should.
Yeah, I will agree with you there.
But I mean, Bianca being the female John Cena makes sense. I don't know if people have the same gripes with her or her character as I do. Which, like, if not, like, I completely get the Bianca appeal. I mean, she's one of the best workers that's came into the company in the last, I don't even know how long. Like, she's a stud. Like, point blank.
Yeah, she's top 5 bound. She's top 5 bound for sure.
All time?
Mm-hmm. I think her peak is top 5.
No,
honestly, her peak is, if they do her right, pause. Her peak is GOAT. Honestly, her peak is GOAT. I think Bianca with a little bit more grit to her, like she shows moments of her toughness, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like if you mix a little bit of heel Bianca in with face Bianca, her ceiling is the moon because she can work it too.
I think the hardest thing about when it comes to a women's all-time list is they didn't value them, obviously, like, in the early days, everything like that. So a lot of fans would probably have like Trish and Lita 1 and 2. But at what point does someone in the modern age surpass what they did in the age where they weren't valued? You know what I mean?
Oh, I already have somebody above those two. So
I do. I have Becky above both of them, respectfully.
Yeah, me too. I was like Becky Lynch. Like I'll say it. We'll start off another clip right here. Becky Lynch is the women's wrestling GOAT. Argue with a wall.
Yep.
There was no one more nuclear. There was no one with more nuclear heat.
I'm not even, when I say this, I'm not even talking about best female gimmicks. One of the best gimmicks of all time was the man.
Absolutely.
That, like, when it debuted, that match hurt. If they would have had Ronda beat Becky, say she didn't get injured, that would have been the biggest fumble. That would have been arguably worse than Goldberg beating Bray Wyatt. And I know that sounds crazy, but the momentum Becky had.
Yeah, honestly, the best thing to happen for that gimmick was her to, like, not be able to wrestle that next match. Like, that was the best thing to happen.
Because, I mean, I think if that match goes through, they're not main eventing Mania.
Correct.
But it's the only thing that kind of hurts, like, that whole run was the end of the Mania match. It kind of felt like Ronda was giving, like, a fuck you to the company because she, like, did lift up her shoulder up. Or it was an accident. I don't know. Truthfully, like, you know. But it's... If that would have been, like... I get the whole idea of a roll-up. Obviously, you're not going to tap out Ronda Rousey. She would never agree to that.
Oh, yeah.
And rightfully so. I don't think Ronda ever should have been tapped out unless it was by, like, Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
But if anything, I think it would have made more sense for Becky to go over on Charlotte, pin Charlotte clean. But at the same time, it does her pinning Ronda made up for the match that we didn't get.
Yeah, honestly, I think it made sense for her not to pin Charlotte because I can't remember who got pinned in that WrestleMania 32 match. Honestly, Becky might have eaten that pin, to be fair. But,
Ooh, yeah, ooh. You're talking about the Fatal 4-Way with Nia, right?
No, I'm talking about I said 32. I'm talking about the triple threat.
Oh. Yeah. I don't remember, but I mean, when we're talking about, like, Lita's my favorite of all time, but when we're talking about moments, like straight moments in someone's career, when we're looking at the female catalog, you have Becky's heel turn against Charlotte. You have the man debuting, everything like that. You have just
You have Baron Corbin giving Becky Lynch the
Yep.
the end of days. That shit was insane.
Like I would say I could argue one other person, but I feel like Becky has the best character work, women's wise. I could argue Alexa. I think that's like a 1A 1B when it comes to character work.
Yeah.
But I think the cool thing about Becky is I don't think she's the best talker and I don't think she's the best in ring. But when you mix all of her attributes together, I don't know who's touching her respectfully. And her absence, people probably wouldn't want to admit this, but I think her absence shows in the women's division right now.
Oh, absolutely. When she left, like when Liv beat her and she left, there was a gaping hole in the Raw Women's Division, and people were just like, "When is Rhea coming back?" Because at that point, that's all it was. Like, because and nobody else believed that anybody could beat Liv on the main roster. Like, that's how bad it was. Yeah, no, man. I just don't think anybody. I don't think. Also, I just went back and looked at the ending of that match. Becky Lynch tapped out to Charlotte.
That's trash. That's trash.
Yeah. Well, we knew Sasha wasn't eating that, so. Nah, but yeah, no. Becky Lynch, go.
Was that the one where Ric Flair grabbed Sasha?
Probably.
Okay.
I did. Yeah, I clicked it out once I saw Becky Lynch tapping out.
Yeah, rightfully so. Rightfully so. So do you want to move to Raw now?
Oh yeah, let's talk about Raw. Let's talk about what's in Chad Gable's box. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into the real questions. Also, you know what? I'm gonna do it. They're not gonna like me for this, but I'm gonna do it. Bro, get Karrion Kross off my screen. I'm so sorry. I understand what they're doing, but if every time somebody turns heel, I have to hear, well, Karrion Kross, talk to him. Y'all not really paying attention to what he's talking about for real. Bro, I'm so over it. Oh my goodness, I'm so over it. It's tiring.
I like Karrion Kross, but I think him just being this mediating variable and getting people to turn doesn't make sense. I think it would work better because obviously Authors of Pain and what's his name, Paul Ellering, I think.
Yeah.
They're gone now. If anything, I think he should be getting people to turn heel and make a faction with them.
That's what I'm saying,
like,
bro.
I like him on the mic. I like him in the ring. Phenomenal finisher. Like we could talk about that for a good while.
Yeah.
But there's too much talk with him. Like I want to see him. When's the last time he won a match? I have no idea.
Is it crazy to say I'd just rather see him and Scarlett managing someone else? Like at this point, like genuinely, like I don't. He plays devil's advocate too much for me to really take him seriously as a wrestler, and that's definitely booking. So I'm not gonna act like booking has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I think that he was just one of those people they brought back and they don't know what to do with him now.
Like Carlito.
Yeah, like why couldn't maybe not yet? Why wouldn't you put the New Day with him? He turned them heel. You could even
That's
put
true.
Who else could you put with him? Shinsuke, I think. I think Cross talked to Shinsuke forever ago as well.
Yeah,
just
he talked he did talk to everybody that turned heel, but again, I think I'm over the discourse about it. I think that's really where I'm at with it.
Yeah, they're like I think there's been too long with no payoff for him specifically.
Yeah,
but
like every time, bro, and then Karrion Kross underneath it quote tweeting, "Hey man, they're really not paying attention to what I'm doing for real. Shut up, ball up, stupid." Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, get in the ring. That's how I feel about it.
I don't know. I just need to see more. Like, I mean, I'm not against them managing someone though. I'm never gonna complain when Scarlett's on my screen. Do not get me wrong. All respect to Karrion.
Yeah, I was about to say that was a crazy line.
You got it, respectfully.
Let's get on to more jovial topics.
That's a phenomenal word. I'm gonna pause real quick. That vocabulary, divine, sublime.
That's
even.
what I'm saying.
Oh my gosh.
No, but Psychic Andre's back with another prediction. I know what's in Chad Gable's box, and it's gonna piss people off. It's a lucha mask. I guarantee it is. I guarantee we're going to see Chad Gable come out with a lucha mask. Like I promise you, that's what's getting ready to happen.
I'm cool.
And people are gonna be so mad, but that's exactly what's going to happen.
I'm truthfully fine with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. As long as they do it
character. Right. Yeah.
Oh my God, they should have given him the IC title. Oh my God.
Chad Gable's a gag character, bro.
Why did Sammy have to go over 3 times? Oh my God.
Because Triple H doesn't believe in title changes. Well, you know what? Let me
Well,
not talk about that.
Yeah, let's wait 30 minutes. I haven't seen a title change like that, and I don't even know how long.
I'll say he doesn't like title changes on pay-per-views on pay-per-views that aren't WrestleMania or SummerSlam. That's I'll give him the title changes on TV. But most of the title changes, most of Triple H's title changes so far have been on WrestleMania, SummerSlam, or a random Raw. Like Jey Uso winning the Intercontinental Championship. Raw.
Yeah.
Like,
you sure? I don't. I think a big issue with Triple H's booking is he books his champions to be so strong. Like we could look at. I'm not even going to talk about Cody, but like Gunther, for example, his IC reign and his World Heavyweight title reign. I guarantee this is going to happen to him because it happened to Rhea as well when she won the title. It's going to be this thing of it doesn't look like anyone can beat him, and Jay's going to end up beating him. And the moment Gunther loses this belt, he's going to fall into obscurity.
Bro, I'm so excited if Jay wins this World Championship. Because the entire internet is going to turn on him. It's going to take one title defense. And I promise you, they're going to do the exact same thing they always do. Because everybody right now is like, Jey Uso should win the championship at WrestleMania. But as soon as he wins it, that first feud, if it's not a 5-star, y'all are hating on it. I'm telling you, you are.
Like, it's... I mean...
I think Gunther should squash him.
I don't know. Because that's such a waste of a Rumble win. I don't think Jay needs to win clean because I don't think it's going to be the caliber of match like he had with Sammy last year because that match was damn near a 5-star.
Yeah.
But I don't know. If anything, they wouldn't do this if Ludwig somehow screwed Gunther or if I don't think they would do this either if Jay sold his soul to win that and like someone helps him win. I wouldn't be mad at that.
If we doing a faction, I'm not gonna lie, the Rock faction has a chance to get super nasty with John Cena just even being in it. First of all, you could go so many different ways. You could put so many different superstars in it. It could get really nasty. In terms, like in a good way, like I could see him and Randy Orton doing a 2-man power trip. Like that's genuinely something I could see happening.
So we saw the hand sign. So originally he was holding up 3 fingers. John Cena turns heel, and now he's holding up 2. So I don't know if this is what it's for, but like let's just say hypothetically, there's 2 more people that are needed in the faction. Who are the 2 that you think make the most sense and would work the best?
I think I'm gonna go Seth Rollins for one of them. Seth Rollins, people are saying, "Oh, Seth Rollins can't turn heel. It doesn't make sense for his character."
It makes perfect
sense. I
sense.
don't think people are seeing what I'm seeing. Seth Rollins is breaking down, bro. He is over it now. Like he had to deal with the Drew stuff. He had to deal with the bloodline. Then he helps Cody. He helps Cody win at WrestleMania at the cost of his World Heavyweight Championship. Comes back, gets first of all, fuck CM Punk. Like to begin all of that. At least, well, let me rephrase that. Seth Rollins doesn't like CM Punk. That's what I meant by fuck CM Punk. Mm-hmm. So then CM Punk's back, and then Seth Rollins comes back and gets fucked up by Bronson Reed. He got to deal with that bullshit, and then Bronson Reed joins the new bloodline. And then he watches Roman Reigns climb back into power, and Cody helps that happen.
So, what I think they're going to do is, do you remember, I don't remember exactly the timeline of when people were saying this, but they were saying that they could make a faction of the heels that makes sense. You have like Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins. Like they were, I'm not going to say Seth was full out heel, but he was acting like a bad guy, but he made sense and he was justified. Like they were all justified in what they were saying. I think that's who The Rock should recruit. Kevin Owens his whole thing is what he's saying is right, and he's not wrong to some extent. But I think putting him in there makes a lot of sense because who would ever see KO as a corporate sellout? Seth Rollins.
Well. 2017.
What?
When in the Universal Championship match, the Fatal 5-Way.
You're talking about when Triple H screwed Seth?
Yeah, that was.
I don't
think that was corporate KO. It wasn't corporate, but it was like.
I don't think that was as much Triple H propping up Owens as much as it was him turning on Rollins. That's just how I see it. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I mean, KO never really fell in line with, like, Triple H wasn't, like, walking him around. He wasn't with the Authority, anything like that. I think for Drew, it makes perfect sense for him. He's gotten screwed out of everything.
Yeah, but Drew wants to fight John Cena. That was literally his whole thing during Elimination Chamber. Things can change, of course. We have 360, well, not 360, we have less than 365 days now. But we have a whole calendar year, basically.
Yeah.
To see how this unfolds. I think Seth Rollins is definitely one of them for sure. Yeah. I don't know about Kevin Owens. Unless they do it, this is the only way I could see Kevin Owens getting involved. Is Randy Orton beats Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, right? Then later down the line, we get John Cena versus Randy Orton for the WWE Undisputed Championship.
It's gonna be weird.
And then, yeah, I know, right? Heel Cena versus face Orton. Insane. What? And then I think that's when Kevin Owens gets involved, if anything. But I think Randy could be a part of the faction because I think the way it looks is that Roman's taking people away that helped Cody. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
John Cena was one of the people who helped Cody, right? Like, yeah. Even if I'm thinking to that WrestleMania 40 match, there were like 3 people came down to help Cody, right? It was
Jay. I think Jay should be in it. I really do. I think he could literally just come out and he could air out his grievances on what everyone says about him online.
Yeah, it could be Jay, it could be Seth, and then I don't know, like, hold up.
Bless you.
Thank you. It could be Jay, it could be Seth. I think it'll be Jay, Seth, and whoever. Well, I think it would just be Jay and Seth, which is crazy to think about because Seth don't even like Jay.
No, does he not? Do they have beef?
Yeah, they never settled their beef from they never settled their bloodline beef. Cause remember, Jay went back to go help Roman Reigns. And
no, that's true.
And when Seth came back on that one Raw, he was giving a speech about how he's back, and then Jey Uso's theme song plays. I think they have some unfinished business somewhere. I don't think it's hatred, but I just think it's unfinished business. I could still see them both working together.
Yeah, like that would make sense. But what I want to see is Jay become the new tribal chief. I want to see him take that moniker away from Roman and side with The Rock because that sets up so much. You get another Roman Jay match, which people might not want to see it. I'd want to see that. I'd want to see Jay go over
that SummerSlam one was fire. I'm not going to lie.
It was cool. The ending kind of left a bad taste in my mouth with Jimmy screwing him. But
to this day don't like that decision. But it made Jay go nuclear. But
if they can rationalize it, Jimmy said he screwed him because he didn't want to see him become what Roman was. It looks like Jay's gonna beat Gunther and he's gonna have a world title. Who's to say he doesn't get power hungry and becomes the tribal chief? What if he doesn't even have to fight Roman? What if The Rock announces him as the tribal chief? You immediately set up Rock and Roman off that. You can immediately set up a Jay and Jimmy match, a rematch, put a stipulation on it. It cannot.
Can we get a good match? Can we not?
That's what I'm saying.
Like it was said that Jay versus Jimmy got cut for time, which I get. But give us a match,
boy, we missed 7 more super kicks.
Give us a good match, please. Y'all need to redeem yourselves because you guys can both like. Jay's not a bad wrestler, and Jimmy can hoop for real. So like the fact that that's what we got as a WrestleMania match kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. So they gotta redeem themselves.
I don't want to say Jimmy and Jay needs a stipulation if they run that back, but to me, it needs to be a Hell in a Cell match because that brings everything full circle.
Somebody's jumping off the top of the cell, and I
like,
think it's Jay.
you don't even need to do that. But if you remember during COVID, that Roman and Jay match.
Oh, the I Quit match.
Yeah, Jimmy came out and he saved Jay because he saw Roman getting too power hungry. Jay could fall into that because Roman's not going to come help Jimmy. You immediately, that disperses between Roman and Jimmy. The whole thing should be to get Roman on his own and to go up against the corporate authority. But I think...
But if that happens, they're going to have to team him back up with Cody. Unless they do an angle with... If Cody loses the title, right?
I think he needs to go heel and just beat everyone
They need
up.
to do a... They don't even need to go heel. I think they need to do a paranoid Cody angle. Because for the past whatever amount of time, everybody he thought was cool with him has fucked him over.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Owens fucked him over. John Cena fucked him over. Brock dapped him up on Raw after WrestleMania or Raw sometime. Fucked up Cody. And I think he just needs to start looking at that. And then you could even argue that when John Cena, Travis Scott, and The Rock were fucking him up, where was Jay? You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's a explanation for Cody to go on like a little paranoid thing.
Yeah, I mean, I would want to see it, but I think everything we've just said could happen. I think the biggest caveat in that is CM Punk's favor. And I'm not going to say he needs to be directly involved with it, but I'm curious, what do you think the favor is going to be? And then I'll say what I think it is.
What I want it to, like, because I want it to result in, I need Roman, Seth, and CM Punk to fight at WrestleMania. I really want that triple threat to happen, in my opinion. But I just don't want it to be for that Cena-Cody match. I feel like it would be so ingenuous to whatever's getting ready to happen. Because if CM Punk throws himself in that triple threat match, he's not winning. You can't convince me that CM Punk... Like, there's no convincing that could happen that just going to tell me that CM Punk is winning that title at WrestleMania. It would be a waste of... It would be a waste of a story.
So... Do you remember at Mania 30 what they had Daniel Bryan do to get into the main event?
Yeah, when they had him fight the triple threat between Randy, him and Batista before he fought Triple H, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what I think the favor is, I think the only thing about this is if Rock was going to have a match at Mania, I feel like it needs to be against Roman. I feel like that makes sense. But I think you could go another year and set it up even more. So what I think they should do is I think the favor should be CM Punk gets another match with The Rock. He never should have lost the first two. I don't even think those matches should have happened. Watching it at the time, but I think it's Punk versus Rock, and then it's either CM Punk goes to the main event if he wins, or I guess The Rock going there wouldn't make sense. But no, we'll just say if CM Punk wins, he gets into the main event. Roman screws The Rock out of that. So Punk advances to the main event, and then you have the triple threat match. You have Cena, Punk, and Cody. You can say what you want. Cody's the third biggest star in that match.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But also, realistically speaking, no one's going to go into that match saying CM Punk is going to win. I'm going to say, I want him to win. But like,
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. So, but what I think they would do is everyone's going to be focused on, they're going to be saying, we got a John Cena and CM Punk main event. Like, Cody's there too, obviously. But, like, I think most people would be talking about those two names. I think Rock turns on Cena. Cody joins him, beats up Punk, beats up Cena, turns heel, and then he joins the corporate alliance. Because if what we were saying already happened, say Seth already joins, that would make perfect sense for Cody to join. Because Seth is more likely to like want a team with Cody at this point than Cena. To me at least. Even with Drew, you could say Drew's a heel. I don't think Drew hasn't done anything bad to Cody. At the same time, if anything, he's been nice to him. He's given him advice. He's given him a hug. For some reason, I don't know what that was about still. But I think a corporate alliance between like The Rock, Cody, Seth, Drew, and Jay. We know Cody and Jay are cool. The only issue would be Jay and Drew. I think if they did go that route, fixing that bond would be the only issue. Because I think Drew needs to have a match with Roman, and Drew needs to win that with the help of Jay. If that's the route they're going.
Yeah, I was trying to keep an open mind, but like I'm not gonna lie, I think that would be a lot of gymnastics.
Yeah,
for a single WrestleMania.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's where we sit right now on the road to WrestleMania. That doesn't seem very feasible because there aren't enough wheels in motion, everything like that. Because that's like. I'm predicting a lot there, kind of thing. Like that's like
because
for
The Rock to whip Cody Rhodes in front of 80,000 people, get his eardrum ruptured by Travis Scott, and get kicked in the nuts by John Cena, and John Cena stands on his head. I'd be very shocked to see him. Like it'd be a shocking thing, like which wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. But I'd also, after I came down from the shock, I'd be like, now, why did that happen? And how did it happen? Because I feel like I wouldn't sell my soul to the guy who just beat me and got my eardrum ruptured and got me whipped in the middle of a ring. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I don't think it's going to end up being a one-on-one match with Cody and John. They could do it. I don't think... Hopefully I'm proven wrong. I know I got proven wrong at the Chamber, but that was a 6-man match. I don't know if John Cena can hold down a Mania main event at this point, because that's like a 40-minute match or something like that, you know?
I don't think every Mania match is a 40-minute match. I understand your point, but I don't think we need another main event match like Cody Roman for a while.
I agree, but looking at it's going to be Jay and Gunther main eventing. I think the second one needs to be there. It has to have something special to it.
Jay and Gunther main eventing is.
I'm not gonna shit on that match.
I think it'll co-main event. I think it'll co-main event. I don't think this, like, if Triple H, if I'm going off of what Triple H is saying, and he's saying the main event spots are still up for grabs right now because we're trying to figure out which stories are hotter. If it's March 5th. When's WrestleMania? The 6th, right? 6th and the 7th?
No, April 19th and 20th.
April 19th and 20th? Okay, so we're about
a month.
About 6 weeks out. Yeah, we're about 6 weeks out from WrestleMania.
There's a lot of time.
If WrestleMania, yeah, that's a lot of time. But I'm saying right now, if WrestleMania was to be this Saturday and Sunday, there is no way you can convince me that show is going to end tonight. If I'm buying a ticket and Jay versus Gunther is the last match of the night, I'm not going that day. You know what I'm saying?
That's very fair.
I think that'll be the women's match. Now I'm really looking at it now, and like, cause I feel like we missed this match, but the main event of Raw, Rhea, Io, Bianca, that's a main event match.
It is.
It's a main event. It's a main event match. Like, for me, with the whole Naomi stuff going on, it has the possibility to be a hotter build.
My issue with it is, I know there's 6 weeks. I don't know if they're gonna get the proper build for it, kind of thing, because if it's gonna be a triple threat, Bianca and Io don't have problems. Rhea and Io might have problems at this point because Io beat her, but even on an interview, Rhea said she's not holding that against Io. So getting it to a point where it's got to be like a hatred triple threat. Like it's like the like what we were talking about last the 35 main event with Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda. That was portrayed. They all hated each other, plain and simple.
Yeah, but the thing is, with that, even with that feud, granted that was building since like Survivor Series, so I feel like that's a little bit of a different approach. That was building since,
Yeah.
But the possibilities are there, especially we don't know what's actually going on with the Jade thing. We're just all assuming it was Naomi. And I think they're gonna cook us for that. Like I think WWE is gonna cook us for that, like the audience, because I think there's something else in the works there, and I think it can get there. I think it can get there, honestly. Like Io,
I agree.
The thing is, Io's a crash out, so it's really not gonna take much for Io to get mad. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at all the stuff, like it's not gonna take her much to get mad. I think what's gonna start it is Bianca and Rhea is what's going to start it, and somebody's gonna accidentally do something to Io, and that's when it's gonna go up. That's usually how those work. At least from what I remember, like of those types of triple threats.
I mean, I could see it, but I don't like it's. I just don't know what. Like they could do that, but I feel like it's got to be if it's gonna main event, it has to be something fresh. Like
yeah, I agree.
What happens if, say, Rhea gets attacked and she's out of Mania, and then she comes in mid match, and just beats up Bianca, and then that's how Bianca turns heel. Like, I could see something like that, but I don't know. I don't think they would keep Rhea off TV.
Yeah. Again, I don't know what's going on. We're gonna have to really see, like legitimately. But yeah, nah, man. And to the I feel like back to the Cody point, because we were talking about that. It would have to like. I gotta see what happens March 17th. You know what I'm saying? Because they're both Cody and John are both scheduled on that night. So I really need to see what's gonna happen before I can even remotely like begin to think about what if it's a double turn.
Yeah, even.
But I also, if it's a double turn, it feels like a waste of a John Cena heel turn.
Yeah, I agree.
feel like that would genuinely be a slap in the face.
But at the same time, who says you have to turn Cena face if The Rock turns on him?
He's not gonna turn. He's not gonna like it. That's gonna make people root for John Cena more. He's not gonna be a heel at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like it wouldn't, especially if you sold your soul to The Rock to go to Mania. You get to Mania and you turn on The Rock. You don't end up a bad guy after that. You end up jaded for sure.
You sold your soul just to get that shit refunded.
Yeah, like The Rock's gonna have to see me with that lick, bro. Like
yeah, that's fair. So I'm trying to think what else. Oh, next week's Raw, we got Seth versus Punk in a steel cage. Do we think this is where Roman comes back?
I think this is where Roman comes back.
I think so as well.
Honestly, this could be the favor. No, but I don't think this is the favor. But nah, yeah. The Rock coming. This is where Roman's coming back, man. It's gonna be crazy. I don't think people are ready for it.
It's gonna be nuts.
If Seth stomped on his head with 2 feet, what's Roman gonna do? That's really what I'm curious about.
I could see him just putting him in a guillotine and passing him out, and Punk just walks out of the cage.
I don't think that'll happen though. I think if it happens mid-match, I think Punk's gonna jump on Roman for doing that, because I feel like Punk's gonna be like, nah, I wanted to beat the crap out of him. You get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's really gonna build the triple threat, like in my opinion, because it's like Roman and Seth, we know, don't like each other. Seth and Punk, we know, don't like each other. Roman and Punk don't inherently hate each other. They just view things completely different. They are on the opposite sides of like the spectrum in terms of Roman's like, I am the boss, right? I'm the tribal chief. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Punk's like, fuck the authority. Everybody who's like this power figure stick it to the power people. Like that's Punk. So they see things completely differently, and that could come to a boiling point with Seth Rollins involved.
Yeah,
like,
but I don't know. I feel like that match is just so weird to me because if you strip that match back and just look at the competitors, I think all of them could have a one-on-one match against each other at Mania, and it could main event. So, like, Rollins and Reigns could main event Mania. Rollins and Punk could main event Mania. Punk and Roman could easily main event Mania. So I just feel like a match like that, I don't think it's going to work as just like a hate rivalry. I think there needs to be some kind of stakes on the line for that.
You underestimate hate. That's what the whole CM Punk Drew thing was like about. You can argue it was. You can argue it was the bracelet. You can argue it was the bracelet, but that rivalry was hate. Like you can y'all need to stop underestimating hate.
No,
like,
I know.
Hate is what got Roman and Seth out of the Rumble in the first time, and then CM Punk got dumped over right after them, and they all three were against each other.
Yeah. So
you know
say this match does happen at Mania. Who wins?
See, that could be an interesting spot to pull in Paul Heyman's favor to assist Punk to win that match.
So you think Heyman screws Reigns?
It's a possibility. I wouldn't be surprised to see it. I'd be like, damn, no, Roman, fuck. Cause then you have to think about, to your point about the Rock's plan, it's getting Roman isolated from everybody. Cause Heyman turns on Punk, or not on Punk. Heyman turns on Roman. Roman doesn't have his wise man. You know what I'm saying? Like it continues that story. If like from that theory perspective.
No, I like that.
But I think if those three fight, CM Punk's winning that match. Because what I think is gonna come down to is CM Punk and Seth hate each other, but Roman and Seth hate each other even more. And I think that could, like, we saw it with Roman. What costed Roman a championship, realistically speaking?
I was just thinking that.
Exactly. Yep, the moment where he had the chair in his hand, he said, I could fuck up the person I'm fighting to keep my championship, or I could fuck up this dude who put a chair in my back. So actually, I'm about to go get my lick back on Seth Rollins. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I think that could cost him again.
I really do like the idea that everything Seth and Roman lose is because of the hate they have for each other. Yeah. I think that's very interesting to me. But like, I feel like Punk should go over in that match, but at the same time, I feel like Seth needs it more than the both of them. Because if we're being real, since last Mania, like, what has Seth really done? He hasn't held a title. Obviously, he like injured his knee, everything like that. It's like Seth is kind of in the same state as Drew right now. Is like they're both in limbo. Like they're not really doing anything. They don't have like a real. I mean, Seth does have the Punk storyline, but other than that, like, they don't really have much going for them. They're not in any, again, besides Punk. Like, that Seth hasn't really been in any ginormous feuds, anything like that.
Yeah, I'll agree with you that I feel like Seth like would benefit the most from it. But I think I would counter you and say I think CM Punk needs the win, because this will be his first WrestleMania since 29.
Yeah.
And like CM Punk not winning that match, I think hurts CM Punk a lot more than anybody else not winning that match.
Yeah.
Because you can literally protect it, and this is gonna be crazy, but you can protect what needs to be protected by having Roman be pinned, but not clean.
That what if the favor is Paul? Like it's like Roman's about to like beat Punk or something, and then The Rock's music hits, and then Roman blames The Rock for losing that match, but it was Paul who played the music.
Yeah, I like that. That's perfect. I think
that would be. Oh my gosh!
Because I could even see a segment like on either Raw or SmackDown before WrestleMania where you got Roman posted up in his chair. He's like, "Wise man, hey, that's my tribal chief. This WrestleMania match with CM Punk, Seth Rollins.
yes, my tribal chief, I'll be out there for you. You're my tribal chief. We're on the island of relevancy together.
Yeah, about that, Paul. I'm gonna need you to sit this one out, gang.
My tribal chief, what?
You know Punk too well, bro. I don't trust that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I could see that being the angle.
Yeah.
And then Punk cashes in his favor, and Paul Heyman plays the music during WrestleMania that fucks up Roman. Or, on the flip side, you could have Roman spears Seth in the middle of the ring. We think Roman's finally going to beat Seth. 1, 2. Then CM Punk got a chair from out of nowhere. They're like, where's CM Punk get the chair from? And then we're going to see that Paul Heyman passes CM Punk the chair to break up the pinfall. Roman, GTS, good night. 1, 2, 3. And then learn the words to Cult of Personality, brother. I think that could be how it goes down.
I could see the second option a lot more than the first, because I don't think Roman should have Paul sit out solely for the fact that Roman's best work has come from after he's betrayed. Like, Seth betrayed him, Sammy betrayed him, Jay betrayed him, everything like that. I think the wise man betraying him, that's like, he's losing family members, like, one by one. Like, Seth was, Sammy was, Jay was, and now you have the wise man. It's like, the whole appeal of that is the tribe, like, who was it that said, was it Cody that said he's a tribal chief with no tribe?
Yeah. And honestly, that's been the story of Roman's career, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He has never like turned his back on anyone. Everybody's just fucked him over. And that's an insane thing that's an insane trajectory. I want to know what's the first time he's going to be the one to pull the trigger first. I think, you know what? This is wishful thinking.
Dean comes back.
Dean could be the one. Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
Dean could be the one where he's like he pulls the trigger first because he's paranoid at this point.
I think it's either gonna be because at some point
that would hurt too.
At some point, I feel like Dean will come back in a wrestling capacity to the company. They all
come back now.
His contract expires in 2 years, I think. But I think the thing is with that is, last time they were all in the WWE, they left on good terms, which was weird because Dean had just turned on him on Seth. So I don't know. That was kind of weird, like how it was very forced for them to get back together.
Yeah,
but
they needed to do the Shield last ride, but
so
yeah, it needed to.
I think with Dean coming back, he's either gonna be the mediator between Roman and Seth, or he'll just say like some like fight it out or something like that, or I think it's Dean comes back and goes after both Seth and Roman.
Honestly, I think Dean might come back and help Roman.
I need the Mania triple threat.
Oh, absolutely! If Dean comes back, that's what we're building towards, brother. There's no other build. We don't care about anything else.
Obviously, it's not Seth's fault, but I will never live down the fact we didn't get that for the WWE title at Mania 32 because Seth was hurt. I will never live that down.
I don't know if I don't think we were getting that.
No, because that was
that the plan?
Yeah, that was when
after
Seth cashed in. You remember he tore his ACL?
Yeah, no, I remember because I started watching wrestling TLC at the TLC after 31.
Yeah.
Or was the Raw? No, it was the Raw after TLC 31. After 31. Yeah.
So you remember the Rumble that Roman was the champion and he lost the belt to Triple H. So just put this into perspective on how it would have looked had Seth not gotten hurt. I think somehow Roman still walks in as champion. I don't know what Seth's doing at this point. Do you remember who the last two were in that Rumble? That Triple H won?
It was Triple H and Dean Ambrose.
I think Dean was supposed to win that, challenge Roman, and then Seth was somehow going to get inserted into that match.
I think they could have done it where, like, you know how they did the John Cena Batista double finish?
Mm-hmm. With the two of them, and you make. Yeah. Oh my gosh!
But you got to do it precise because if they don't hit the ground at the same time, you can't show that replay ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the hard part about the double finish.
I remember Cena and Batista. They didn't even mean to do it though, right? I'm pretty sure that was an accident.
No, that was an accident. That was an accident.
I think the one I was just watching an interview. I think Lex Luger and Bret Hart, if you've ever seen theirs when they hit at the same time, for that to be intentional wasn't like the moment they hit, like by the millisecond was the exact same. They could show that replay as many times as they want, but I don't know. I mean, I think that being the main event of Mania 32 is, to me, probably the biggest fumble in recent memory.
Well, I don't think that can count as a fumble.
Well, I mean, like, in terms of what could have happened.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But
yeah, I don't think that could necessarily count as a...
Another one, this was a Vince idea, somehow. He wanted to do a faction of Bray Wyatt, Broken, Matt Hardy, and Willow. I would have lost my mind at that. That would have been perfect.
That would have really worked. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't pull the trigger on that.
I think it was something because...
Was Jeff injured at that?
I don't think it was... He was injured. I think COVID hit. I think that's what messed it up. Either COVID hit and then it was like something like Matt left. Because he just didn't get used like that. But I don't know. I mean...
It's because Matt Hardy wasn't... What were you really going to do with Matt Hardy? You weren't going to put a... You could put the IC title on him maybe, but outside of that...
Yeah, it's... Like... I don't want this to come off as harsh, but in a way, I kind of look at the Hardy Boys and Edge and Christian as very similar. Jeff Hardy's like Edge, and Matt's like Christian.
Yeah, I don't know when I don't know what the first tag team, like strictly tag team, is that they both achieve the same amount of single success.
I mean, if there were any, it's probably because they didn't achieve any single success. Like,
no, yeah, but I'm saying like if you look at every like elite tag team, like
I don't know if we would call them a tag team, but Kofi Kingston and Big E.
Nah, see, that's what I mean. See, they're not a tag team. I wouldn't consider them a tag team because they were in a stable. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Roman and Seth, low key.
But they were a faction as well. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Like, yeah. No, that is fair. But I don't know. I mean, I always thought Ambrose was the leader because he won the U.S. title and then Roman and Seth won the tag title. So I
agree with you. I thought Dean was the leader for the longest time, and then apparently
he was definitely the best talker in that group at the time by a mile.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Other tag teams. Definitely not.
Like if you want to count Kofi Kingston and CM Punk, I guess. But like
no. Punk has, there's levels. Punk's above him. I really don't know. That's you might have to clip that because like I'm thinking about what you just said. That is insane to me. That is
there's no legitimate tag team. Like they're stables for sure, but yeah, not tag team. Even stables, like I mean, the Shield is like an exception. I mean, you could count. Are we counting DX?
I was just gonna say. I mean, if we are saying DX,
because
but I wouldn't even say
Shawn Michaels had.
He didn't have the same world title runs because I think.
But Shawn Michaels had single success prior to DX though, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean, all of Shawn's like accolades and everything came pre-injury. Obviously, he won like some tag titles, and he won I think 2 world titles when he came back. But
yeah, I still wouldn't consider them on the same level. If we want to go broad terms, you could say they're on the same level as they're both legends. But if we're putting the legends in a tier list, which would be a crazy thing, a crazy episode to do.
Don't. I feel like you're gonna say something crazy right now.
I'm not. I swear I'm not. I'm not. Actually, no, it might be depending on how you feel. I think Shawn Michaels, in terms of WWE legends, I think he's an S tier WWE legend.
Okay.
I think Triple H is a B tier.
Oh!
Yeah, man.
Okay, so
if
hang
we're
on,
looking,
wait.
if we're looking at every like legends, like the upper
Okay.
echelon.
Okay, you had Triple H in your top 10, right?
Yeah, but even there, I said like you could look at the video. I said I didn't like him in my top 10 when I said it.
No, oh yeah, but so like realistically, do you feel like you would have Triple H somewhere between like say like 8 and 12 ish?
I'd have to look at everybody, but yeah, I'd probably have him. Yeah, he
Okay.
might be just outside my top 10. But
That's fair, but if say we're doing a tier list, like how many S tiers do you think there would realistically be? Like 4 or 5?
4, I would say 4.
So how many A tiers then? Because there's no way Triple H isn't in that A tier.
Now hear me out. I think if we're going S tier, and we could do this, and if I'm proven wrong, I'll apologize. But my S tier, if I'm looking at it, you got Shawn.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the leader of the S tier, of course, but he's in the S tier. Shawn, Stone Cold, Cena, Taker. I think those are the 4 in the S tier. Do we have any arguments
That is
for
perfect.
that?
That is absolutely perfect. All right, so now
Do you have
do
any
your A
arguments
tier.
for those 4 in the S tier?
No. That's my top 4. Yeah, I agree with
Okay.
that. So
A
A
tier.
tier.
See, the thing is, we're never gonna see eye to eye on this because we don't feel the same about The Rock. So
I'm
but-
telling you right now, I would have The Rock in A tier.
Okay. But I have the Rock in A tier.
Yep.
After Roman's current run, I low key have Roman in the A tier.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
I want to say I have Randy in my A tier. And that's where the list blanks for now. I just don't think, like, in terms of, I feel like nostalgia may factor into it, but I just don't feel like, if I'm looking at Triple H versus Roman Reigns, which is a crazy conversation.
Hang on,
It's
clip
crazy
this. Clip this. So I don't look crazy on this podcast. I can't believe what I'm hearing right now.
But because here's the thing, if you asked me in 2015 would Roman Reigns be in this conversation, I'd say you're a fucking idiot. But Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, and who was the third name I said? I can't. The Rock. Run for run. Triple H don't got runs like that, bro. Like he has his DX run, right, which is cool.
I threw off my
had-
headphones.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
bro.
hang on, I can't hear you. Hang on. Oh, I'm in disbelief.
Bro, it's just
I'm
how
in-
I feel.
Okay,
Here's the thing.
hang
We're
on.
not
Wait,
gonna see
let me
eye to
say
eye
one
because
thing.
wrestling-
Let me say one thing.
Go ahead.
Go back and watch his reign of terror. He was the face of the company for like a good 3-4 years.
He wasn't Blade. I give him that.
Okay.
He did
Roman?
Ryan Reynolds, though.
Yeah,
Bro,
but Sami Zayn lost to Johnny Knoxville. It's grown men fighting in underwear. Let's keep it a stack. Triple H, there is not a world I'm putting besides on the mic. The Rock doesn't touch him. Besides mic work, in my humble opinion.
So we're acting like we're acting like Triple H is this wrestling savant now. Like we're acting like he's like that in the ring. Is that what we're doing?
When was he not?
Bro, no. We're not. I'm not saying Triple H is ass in the ring. Now let me get that
What's
clear.
the best Rock match? What's the best in-ring Rock match?
I don't got ball knowledge like that off the top of my head, bro.
Are we gonna sit here and act like Rock Hogan at Mania was good?
First of all, I'm borderline casual, low key. But
okay.
Like I haven't, so I have to go back. I will go back and do my research. I promise y'all, I will do my research. But right now, how I feel right now, I'm not saying Triple H is bad. I just don't. I don't like. I put him with Hogan and Flair in terms of how I feel about his wrestling career, because like from like I've seen. So what I've seen of Triple H is like end of ponytail Triple H into bald head Triple H. And then beyond that, like that's what I've seen. Like the farthest back, like I've actually done my like ball knowledge on Triple H was like ponytail Triple H, like when Brock Lesnar broke his arm. But like I've gone back and watched Triple H matches, and
Like which ones? Which ones?
Like I've watched the Shawn Michaels matches. I've watched the Chamber matches.
Is that not enough for you?
So my favorite Triple H match, what I'll say is my favorite Triple H match is the one he had against Undertaker and the Hell in a Cell. But I'm about to flip your own logic on you. No,
hang on, wait. Let me just say this. Let me just say this. You can clip this. I'm fully gonna stand by this.
Go ahead.
That match, Undertaker versus Triple H, with Shawn Michaels as the guest referee at WrestleMania 28, is better than any single Rock match. Granted,
I mean, cool.
Let me also say.
Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
Let me also say, Triple H versus Shawn Michaels SummerSlam 2002 is also better than any Rock match.
See, and this is where
by a mile.
Here's where wrestling gets subjective, though, because I don't think we value in-ring the same. I genuinely don't think we value in-ring the same. I'm not saying I don't give a fuck about it, but I always look at like leading up to it, what makes me care about the match. And to your point about the Triple H matches, I'm gonna use your man's logic against you, bro. What did he say? What's your man TJ? What did he say? He was talking about the Rock Shawn Michaels thing. I'm gonna look up exactly what he said. He said The Rock was really good, only as good as his opponents in matches. The same thing goes for Triple H. He's not a generational wrestler that
I disagree.
Like ups the ante of matches. He's in these matches with Shawn Michaels. He's in these matches with The Undertaker. Like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not moved by it. Like, and my whole thing is like a lot of the stuff is like the lead up to pay-per-views, like the builds and like how these wrestlers are on the mic and in interviews, in the ring on the mic, when they're going back and forth with each other in words. Like, I like a lot of character work and whatnot. I don't feel it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my opinion. I'm not saying I'm de facto right. And I'm not saying, like, if you don't think, like, the one tweet I made a TikTok about, I'm not saying, like, if you don't think Triple H is da-da-da, then you don't know ball. But, like, that's just how I feel, man.
I'm gonna say
and
this.
Mike's going crazy right now. I understand, but
I'm gonna say this just to see how you feel about it, and I believe what I'm about to say. Triple H has better character work than The Rock.
In terms of what?
Everything, like career-wise, character work.
Ooh, I thought you were about to say charisma. I was about to throw something.
No. When it comes to charisma, I probably have The Rock like third all time in that. I'm putting Stone Cold above him and Shawn Michaels. That's it.
Hey, where's John Cena at?
I'm
not saying he's above them. I'm not saying he's above them.
I don't know. I would have to like. I would put Orton above Cena when it comes to charisma. I think there's
because John Orton
is that crazy?
Like, I think it might be a little bit. I feel like Orton was a little bit like. You know what? I understand it because I feel like Orton didn't have to say as much.
Yeah.
To get where he needed to go, so I understand that from that perspective.
It's for me, a lot of Cena was just rinse and repeat. Like, you remember that missionary promo by Roman? That's how I felt about Cena for the longest time. The only time Cena was probably one of my favorite wrestlers was when he won the U.S. title and was doing the Open Challenge, and all of his stuff with AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan.
That AJ Styles
exceptional.
Was.
And I say that because I didn't start watching during his stuff with Punk. If I would have started watching then, Cena would probably be one of my favorites.
I just don't to wrap it all up and to wrap this clip up for sure because oh Jesus Christ, like I just don't get I don't get as excited when I see when they were wrestling or when they were on screen at the same time. I don't get as excited to see the wrestler Triple H on screen as I do to see the wrestler The Rock on screen. They're not the same caliber of wrestlers for sure, but which one am I really like getting up to go see? It's probably The Rock. But go ahead.
How much of that has to do with the fact that The Rock does movies? And that he's Hollywood? Because are you saying that from a strictly wrestling perspective? And we also we also do have to factor in the fact that The Rock wasn't around nearly as long. So when he pops up, it's like it's giving him a bit more substance to like his absence and everything like that. Triple H has always been around, kind of thing. Whether it's behind the scenes in the Authority, wrestling, anything like that.
Injured a lot though, but I feel you. You know what? To be completely honest, this is not going to make the clip because it's not going to be as engaging. But it probably does have a lot to do with the fact that I didn't get into wrestling until 2016. So by then, I've already seen the game plan. I don't think I watched the Tooth Fairy. But I've seen the game plan.
10 out of 10 movie.
Whenever Jumanji came out. Like I won't lie. It's probably because The Rock was a little bit more Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
So like I see The Rock a lot more. But I watch Blade. Triple H is in Blade.
So I'm pretty sure I mentioned this on the podcast, or maybe the last episode or the one before that. So the only reason I was like able to, because I think I said the first time I started watching wrestling was Mania 20. It was literally that Hell in a Cell match we were just talking about. That was the first match I ever watched. So that got me hooked, and then the match after that was Rock and Cena. And I only was really invested in that. Granted, I was invested in the Hell in the Cell match because it was brutal. Like I didn't really know what was going on, but like that's something you're gonna want. You keep your eye on for sure. I only was really able to get into wrestling. Keep in mind, I'm like 10 at the time. It was that match came on, and I'm asking my dad like, "Oh, who's wrestling?" He goes, "The Rock," and I'm like, "Oh, I know The Rock." Like, I've seen him in movies like Race to Witch Mountain, everything you just named, everything like that.
I forgot about Race to Witch Mountain. That's
10. I love that movie. So being able to, like, I think I had that reaction to The Rock. It's the exact same thing kids feel about, maybe not now, but it's in the last many years, the same thing kids feel about John Cena. Like, oh, I know John Cena. I've heard of him. I know everything like that. So I was easily able to get into it because I knew the character, so I had some kind of familiarity. Like, granted, I didn't know anything about The Rock in pro wrestling. Like, anything I really knew came from my dad showing me, like, Stone Cold clips. Like, that's his guy. Like, that's... I'd like, even before really watching it, I've probably seen, like, years worth of Stone Cold footage, everything like that. But I feel
like that should be mandatory. I feel like everybody should be required to get their kid hooked on one random wrestler. Like that shit would be so fun.
100%. Yeah, but
got my kid living off hurricane clips.
Dude, it's granted. We're only like 22, so obviously we're not gonna have a kid anytime soon. If I would have had a kid who not understood what wrestling was, but like old enough and conscious to like be able to watch it and like ask questions, stuff like that. You saw all the videos of the kids crying, right? When Cena turned heel.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like Satan or something, like by like saying I liked seeing that, but just the fact that WWE was able to write something that was so powerful it could leave kids crying. Like I saw someone they put it in like basketball terms, or like they were just trying to put it into terms for other guys.
I don't think you can though.
So someone did this. They tried to put it into terms for like women who don't typically watch the product. They said it's like Sabrina Carpenter winning the Grammy for Best Album, Kanye going up, and then Taylor Swift going up, punching Sabrina Carpenter in the face, and then making out with Kanye. That's what they said it was like. And honestly, I kind of get it.
What the fuck?
It kind of makes sense, in a way. But no, it's back to that original point. What I'm saying though is I was able to get into it because of familiarity with The Rock, and then once I was hooked, I was able to go back and realize get a feel of all these other characters like Triple H, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, all them, and then realize like other characters just have more to offer, kind of thing. Like to me, the Rock isn't the best in any one category. I say that like while contradicting myself because I said that about Becky at the same time, and we're calling her the GOAT, but I just feel like it's a different field when it comes to the men's and women's.
Yeah, I think that's how it always is. Honestly, I think that's how it's always going to be. Shouldn't look at it differently.
Yeah.
In terms of The Rock, I think he's just a Swiss Army knife. Also, like I feel a lot of it is like I'm like who's really like cold. Like I'm not the person who's like who's like the coldest. Like if we want to go, who's like the best in ring? It's a different like there are different lists
Shawn
for
Michaels.
different things. Oh yeah,
Sorry.
I'm not gonna disagree
Sorry,
with that.
sorry,
No, you're
sorry.
good. But it's like if we want to go, who's the best in the ring? That's a different top 10. It's gonna be a completely different top 10. If we want to go, who's the best on the mic? Completely different top 10.
What if? Hang
If we
on.
wanna go-
So we're like 2 hours into this. What if right now we come up with 5 different topics and we say who's the best in each one, and we start the next episode with that?
Okay.
Kind of. Okay, so what do you? So I'm trying to think ideas. So I'm thinking Mike on the mic has to be on there.
For sure.
Mic work in ring. So what else? What else do you think should be on there
Mic work in ring.
when we're thinking of the
Uh,
embodiment of a wrestler? Character work, maybe.
Yeah, character work. Box office is definitely one. Cause like who's really gonna blow up the timeline?
I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna have a crazy answer for that.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have the same answer for that. That's really what it is to me. It's like who's the best in the ring? Like it's like, are you good in ring? Are you good on the mic? Cool, you can do both of those. Do you have a character we give a fuck about? Cool,
So,
you got that.
when we
Can you bring in people?
When we say character work, are we talking about like how well you can play a face and a heel, or are we just talking about gimmick?
Yeah, I think it's like if people have drastic gimmicks, I don't think we should hold that against them.
Mhm.
Like Stardust. Like I feel like that would be just like weird.
Yeah.
But I do think it plays a part in the sense that how flexible are you as a character?
Okay.
Like
Sure.
yeah, to how like because here's the thing: if you work really good as a face and a heel, you can be used all the time. Like that's the embodiment of what you need as a wrestler.
That's a great way to word it. So mic work,
Like-
in ring, character work, box office.
Yeah.
I feel like we're missing something. I don't know why. We could just put charisma on there because like we were talking about
we
it
could do that.
anyways.
Let me go ahead and pull up my phone so I can really think about this. Because Jesus Christ. We said Mike in ring. Oh shit, character.
Damn,
Fuck, what the
character
other ones?
work. Oh my
Box office.
gosh.
Box office. Are we doing men's and women's, or are we doing just men's? Because I feel like if we do both, it's gonna be a really murky list. I don't know.
Like, do you want to do 2 different lists? One we do all men's, then one all women's. Like
Yeah, we can do that.
kind of split them up.
Yeah.
Character work is tricky. Really thinking about it.
That's my goat on the mic. Where's he at? Yep. That's my goat right there. Ooh. I'm gonna have him up here. I don't like him, but he's gotta be up here. Who else be really cooking on the mic? Like, I gotta think back now. Cause I feel like it's not gonna be anyone who was it's not gonna be a lot of people who were big in like 2015. I don't think they're on this list. Like,
Are we doing this objective? Because I'm trying to like be unbiased, but I feel like bias might be coming.
I think it's as long as we acknowledge there's bias in these lists. I think
Okay.
we're good.
Okay. God, I'm stuck on character work for the men.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm stuck on Mike because like, you know what? I think this is gonna be a basic list, and I'm probably missing somebody. Ooh, nah, I'm about to put a crazy pool on here. That's gonna be my
I have someone on here twice for the women's list. I'm not gonna lie to you.
for a character.
Should I just say you're gonna know who it is if I say the two categories? Should I just say what categories?
Yeah, but no. But like, no, actually, don't tell me. Ooh, that's gonna be an interesting conversation. All right,
Man,
In-
I was gonna play it safe with in ring. I'm being a little biased.
Oh yeah, nah. In ring, I'm not trying to.
Character
Honestly,
work.
I might have an interesting list for in ring. I don't know if you'll
Low,
agree with it.
low key, wait, how much of your list have you done? Because we could just do this to close out the episode, low key. Thinking about it,
Yeah,
because I kind of want to hear your list, no lie.
I'm at Mike and I'm halfway through In Ring right now for men's. I haven't gone
Okay.
through the women's yet. I'm going one by one.
I'm going to go get water. I'll be right back. Give me like 2 seconds.
All right, go ahead.
Bickety bam. All right, how we looking?
I'm moving through it, but like, so a lot of the picks I'm making, I think I'm really basing off if I feel like I can like defend it. Like I think that's the difference. Like there are some like, oh, I think, but if I can't defend it, I might not put bro on that list. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's. I mean, I would. Man, I mean, I would say the same. I feel like I should have a better answer for one of them.
I feel you.
That's all I'll say, because I don't like reusing people.
I get that. Ooh, this is gonna be an interesting one. I think I gotta throw bro on there. Usually it's we done with the 80s and 90s, but maybe not for this list. Cause
If you put Hogan for box office, I swear to God.
first of all, I was already planning to do that because
Really?
at the end of the day, he had a restaurant, bro. No.
Yeah, but the restaurant wasn't affiliated with the WWE. That was him. He put the money into that.
Yeah, but
This is.
he's
I won't say who I have, but this is how like I did it. It's the more eyes on the product, the more money you're bringing in, and that goes on longer with time. So like, this isn't who was on my list. Stone Cold drew more money than Hulk Hogan did, kind of thing.
But is that an era thing?
I mean, you could say that. I'm talking general, like who I think's brought in the most money for WWE, not necessarily who I think the biggest draw is.
Okay, I feel you. Wait, what's his name? How did I forget his name? What's his name, man? I'm so mad that I can't remember his name right now. It's actually pissing me off. Fucking dude, the fucking dude Hulk.
For
Fucking
what?
dude Hulk Hogan was already fighting. For
Macho Man?
character. You said who?
Macho Man?
No.
Roddy Piper?
No. The Middle Eastern dude.
Iron Sheik.
Yes. Cause I'm not
You're
gonna
putting-
lie.
You're putting
In
the Iron Sheik for any of these?
In terms of era, brother, he played a Middle Eastern general in the 1980s. That's insane, in my opinion.
What about I forget his name, the dude who played a terrorist after 9/11?
No, no. That like often imitated, never duplicated. That's how I feel.
That shit was I don't know how Vince
I know
was
who
like,
you're
yeah.
talking about, but I can't remember his name. Cause he had a cousin or something join the WWE later, like during 205 Live.
Yeah. Oh my god, what was his name? I feel like it was Hussein something, but I feel like I might be racist for saying that.
Hey, bro, if you gotta think about it that long, I'm not gonna. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Oh shit. Okay.
Muhammad Hassan, that was his name.
Yes.
Okay.
Man, I think character work low key is the hardest one because it just depends on what you mean by character work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh man, I got
It's-
two tied fifths on mine, bro. On my no, I got two people tied for fifth on the mic.
Tied for fifth. What are you talking about?
I got Jake Roberts and Bobby Heenan. Those are dogs on the microphone.
Are we only doing one name for each category?
What do you mean?
Like one person for mic work, one for in ring, everything like that?
I thought we were doing top 5 in every category. Or are we not doing that?
Oh, I only did one for each.
Never mind.
like,
We can do that. No,
it's-
we can do that. We can do that because
yeah,
we can
'cause-
just say it. We can say it at the same time and see if we get the same answer. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We are not
Okay,
gonna have
okay.
the same answer for like. We might. Okay, I'm thinking about it. We might have the same answer for 3.
Mike and In Ring are the only two I feel like we might have the same answer for.
I'm thinking for the women's, we might have 2 as well.
For sure.
Maybe 3. I don't know. Yeah. I'm ready whenever. Just let me know when you're ready. No rush.
Give me 1 second because I have to redo everything because I thought we were doing it different than we actually were. Hold up. Oh, we're definitely gonna have like the same for like 2 of them, for the women's at least.
Can I ask?
Eric.
Did you reuse any names?
No, I did not.
Okay. So
Box office for the women. Ooh, that's a good conversation.
this is the one I think we might have the same.
You said what?
I think that one we're gonna end up having the same.
For box office?
Yep.
Ooh, I don't know if we are. But we gonna. Ooh, a woman bringing in numbers? That's actually a crazy sentence in out of context.
Hey, cancel him in the comments. Cancel him.
No, we're not keeping this in. We cutting this out. Stephanie Vaquer. No, I'm joking. I think that's who I'm gonna go with. Ooh, box office for the women. You know what? I might have to reuse a name, cause
Peyton Pritchard and Derek White both had over 40.
what?
The Celtics are winning it all. I've seen enough.
Peyton Pritchard and Derek White having 40 is a simulation.
Do you know how weird it is? I'm a Celtics fan, and there's literally a Lakers jersey hanging right above me.
That's insane.
It would be insane if it was any other name than the one who's on the jersey.
The most charismatic woman wrestler is. Oh, you know who I might go with?
Mm-hmm. Do it.
That's who.
Do it.
That's who I'm going with. I don't know if we got the same answer, but I'm
We
going with it.
we might when I think charisma. This is the first person who comes to my head.
We might not have the same answer at the end of the day. Ooh, we're not gonna have the same answer. Okay, let's just go. Let's just go.
All right, bet. Oh
right.
shit! I dropped my phone.
Damn.
All right, we're good.
All right. So what we
so-
do? We gotta say the same name.
So we'll start
Or
with the men. So the order we have it in: mic work, in ring, character work, box office, charisma.
Yep.
Okay. So do you want to do the countdown? We'll go
All right,
mic
baby.
work.
All right. Let me do it for the clip. Who's the best in-ring wrestler? We're gonna say it at the same time on 3.
Wait, whoa. In ring?
My fault. Who's the best on the
Okay.
mic in WWE? We're gonna say it on 3. 3, 2, 1. CM Punk.
CM Punk.
Okay.
He's
I
him.
figured that was the one we're gonna get together on the same.
I think we're getting this one right as well.
Oh yeah. Alright, who's the best in-ring men's wrestler in WWE history? We're gonna say it on 3. 3, 2, 1. Shawn Michaels.
Michaels.
Say less.
2
this
for
is
2.
This is where it's gonna go sideways. All right.
Yeah.
Who has the best character work in WWE? We're gonna say it on 3. 3, 2, 1. R-Truth.
Randy Orton. I get you saying R-Truth. I just think when we look at like the grand scheme of things, I don't think.
I don't think.
I mean,
think
I-
Randy-
no, I
think
don't-
Randy
I don't
really
know.
changed, though. I don't think Randy really changed entire character work. Like I give him, he's schizophrenic for sure.
I don't.
We get
I don't
that,
know
but-
because it's everyone keeps saying bring back 09 Orton because they don't like him being a good guy. It's
yeah, every time. Yeah,
I like low key. I was really thinking about Shawn Michaels in there as well, just because
I almost went Undertaker, honestly.
Undertaker. That's not crazy. It's really not crazy to say.
In
that.
terms of being able to adapt your character throughout like 4 different eras,
Yeah. No, that's fair.
I feel like Undertaker wouldn't be a bad pick there.
Yeah. No, that's fair. All right. You ready?
All right, you ready to go to the next one?
Yeah.
Hello.
What? What's up?
Are you still there?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Wait, what? Wait, what? Hello? Hello?
You
Hello?
good, Mike? Hello? You good? You there?
What the heck? What happened?
Hello? Okay, you're
hello?
back. Okay, I can. Okay, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I could hear. I think my mic just cut out.
okay,
We should be good to go now. So we're on
Alright.
box office.
Yep. Who's the
Alright.
most box office men's wrestler in WWE history? Gonna say it on 3. 3, 2, 1. John Cena.
Roman Reigns.
Interesting.
John Cena's
Yeah.
completely valid. I couldn't hate on that at all. It's you heard my logic. That's why I said Roman.
Yeah. I feel it. I'm not mad at it. I think I just went Cena, especially for the sole fact that when Roman Reigns was in his prime, tribal chief, John Cena coming back was still more box office, low key.
Yeah.
Like
that's
when
valid.
he came back.
Yeah.
Now
I'm
we're
excited
gonna
for
go
this one. I'm excited.
Yeah. Cause who has the most charisma in terms of men in WWE? We're gonna say the same one on 3. 3, 2, 1. The Rock.
Jeff Hardy. That's nuts. But I get the Rock. I get the Rock.
I'm not mad at Jeff Hardy. I don't know if he had more charisma. I think everybody just liked the way he wrestled.
I don't.
He
I
was-
truthfully,
He
I
did.
wasn't.
He
I
was
wasn't
Darby
even thinking.
Allin.
No, I'm not even thinking about his in-ring stuff. Truthfully, I'm thinking about the entrances, just everything, and it like. I'm not gonna lie. Like a big reason why I wrote him down in the first place was his nickname is literally the charismatic Enigma.
That's fair.
But I mean, like the Rock. I mean, I completely get the Rock as well.
Facts. All right, you ready to move on to the women?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who's the best on the mic in women's WWE history? We're gonna say it on 3. 3, 2, 1.
Alexa Bliss.
Okay, you know what? I thought you were gonna go AJ Lee. I was scared.
No, dude. You know Alexa's my girl. Come on, what are we doing?
Yeah, I feel. All right, who's the best women's wrestler in ring in WWE history? We're gonna say the same one on 3. 3, 2, 1.
Io Sky.
I think that's a shoe-in. We've been talking about it the whole time.
She's like that. This is where I think we don't get the same one.
Oh, for sure. Who has the best character work in women's history in WWE? I keep saying it wrong. We're gonna say the same one on 3. 3, 2, 1. Becky
Alexa
Lynch.
Bliss. I was one or the other for me.
Yeah, I'm not mad at Alexa because she had a more drastic character change,
Mm-hmm.
and it still pulled it off. So I give it to you.
It's,
This is
yeah,
what we're definitely going in 2 different directions on this next one. I promise you, we are. Who is the
Maybe.
most box office wrestler in women's history in WWE? We're gonna say the same thing on 3. 3, 2, 1. Ronda
Becky
Rousey.
Lynch. Oh,
I
I mean,
knew it.
on technicality, yeah.
Like Ronda. I feel like it's more of her name. It's not her as a wrestler that is
Mhm.
bringing in the box office.
Like name
But I
brand.
feel like
yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right, who has the most charisma?
If you
In
said the
WWE
same
history.
one, if we got
Huh?
the same one, if we said the same one for this, I'll lose my mind.
I don't think we did. Who has the most charisma in WWE women's history? We're gonna say the same one on 3. 3, 2, 1. AJ.
Lita.
Yep, I knew it.
AJ
I feel
Lee.
AJ Lee was cold, bro. I feel like personally, especially when you go over the fact that that random run where she was on screen dating Daniel Bryan, then on screen dating CM Punk, then on screen I think she was dating Dolph Ziggler at one point, then on screen dating John Cena. Like she was like you know what I'm saying? Like,
I hear you, but for me, AJ Lee was closer to being the GOAT in mic work than charisma. Like, I'm taking Becky over AJ Lee for charisma. I don't know if that's crazy to you, but
I don't agree with it, but I'm not mad at it.
yeah, it's like, I mean, I don't know, like AJ, she was around a decent bit, but I didn't see enough of her on her own. And like when they pulled the trigger, that run, I look at that the same way I look at like Conor McGregor's run. to the belt, like untouchable.
Yeah.
But you take away that run, you really don't have much, truthfully.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
But it's,
it was
it's just
solid.
like, yeah, I don't think we had anything where we were looking at the other person like, what is that guy thinking? I think everybody
Yeah.
had an answer that made sense.
Like people aren't gonna like. I mean, people might freak out at Io Sky, low key. I think
Who are they gonna tell me is better in ring than Io Sky? You can't
I'm
give
just-
me an argument.
I'm just thinking we might be saying it too early. I just think we might see it before everyone else does. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know who. I just want to know who they have ahead of her. Like that, I think that's always my thing.
Charlotte.
Like, we saw it on the one TikTok that I posted, where someone was like, "You're not being fair to Flair." I'm like, bro, you're gonna have to give me you're gonna have to tell me how, because
It's
I don't think I said
like,
anything that was wrong.
I'm not gonna lie. Before I wrote EO, I had Charlotte with a smiley face, or an upside down, a frowny face. Because like it's the safe answer, you know.
Yeah, I guess. I still think EO clears.
I agree. I agree. But like there's a debate for Charlotte. That's
Oh
all
yeah,
I'm
for
saying.
sure.
Yeah, but
I see it. It's a debate, and it's a debate as in like, you think Charlotte in that conversation? Nah, and that's the conversation.
it's.
You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
I would look like Charlotte's for sure in the conversation of best in ring women's wise of all time. It's just a matter of how high is someone gonna put her. Like I'm not like. I feel like I don't like her at all, but I feel like it would be a disservice to have her out of the top 3 at right now. As of right now, I'm not saying Rhea can't pass her, Bianca can't pass her, Becky isn't already past her, kind of thing. But
You think Becky's better than Charlotte in the ring?
off storytelling and technicality, yes, not off sheer athletic ability. But when it comes to
Okay.
athletic ability, Charlotte's a freak.
Okay.
She's probably I don't
No,
know.
she's not the best athletic freak in WWE women's history. That's Bianca Belair. I'm so sorry, because like Charlotte can do the moonsault, and like she has her athleticism,
Yeah.
but Bianca can do that, and a 450, and bench pressing whoever she's wrestling. In terms of athleticism, I think it's Bianca Belair.
I just think that just comes down to the build they have. Like Charlotte isn't like a powerhouse. Like Bianca's a powerhouse while being agile, which is it shouldn't. I don't know how someone gains that kind of physique. She's got it.
Nah, I don't know either, man.
to be fair, but
I remember I saw her wrestle. I said, "Oh, she's about to pick up and slam some people," and then she did a 450. I said, "Wow, who's this?"
yeah, but I don't know. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that we got to talk about?
Not that I can think of. This is one of our shorter episodes.
2 hours 17 minutes. That's a shorter
Well,
episode.
first of all, a lot of it's gonna get cut out because you went to go get water, and we were
Yeah.
trying to figure out what to talk about for the longest amount of time.
Nah, that is true.
This might get cut down to like an hour and a half.
I mean, that just makes it easier to get clips though. At the same time, I mean,
Facts.
Plus, like-
SmackDown. Let's throw SmackDown in there. SmackDown preview. Cause that's gonna happen on Friday. You're seeing this on Thursday, and we recorded this on Wednesday. It's probably gonna be dropping like Thursday afternoon. I got sleep. But Jade Cargill returns to SmackDown.
oh, is she really?
Yes, Jade Cargill returns to SmackDown on Friday. Randy Orton makes his comeback, and then Cody Rhodes addresses the WWE Universe regarding what happened at Elimination Chamber.
That's
Do
gonna
we
be
think
interesting.
Do we think Cody's gonna crash out, or do we think
Yep.
Cody's gonna do his? Do we think Cody's gonna do his? What do you want to talk about? Let's
I
talk
don't-
about.
I think it's gonna look like how Punk opened up Raw. Kind of. I think he's gonna get on the mic and just start going off, especially because the whole thing I really like about this match that's gonna happen is the fact that Cody has always said he wanted to be like John Cena, like for the people, and then for John to do what he did and go against everything Cody wants to be.
and it's
is-
gonna work, and that's what's
You're-
gonna piss him off.
They're gonna tell an amazing story. They're already telling an amazing story, but
Yeah, I just don't want people to gas it up too early. Saw something on the timeline. Someone said Cody Rhodes is the greatest baby face of all time. I understand John Cena just turned heel, but Let's not act like John Cena's not John Cena.
Do you want to hear a crazy take on who I think low key the best babyface could be?
Who?
Rey Mysterio.
No, bro. He got his ass kicked too much. Like,
But no, I'm saying that solely because he's probably the longest tenured person in the WWE that hasn't turned heel. Now that Cena has gone heel, like
yeah, I'm saying now that Cena's gone, yeah.
it's like, I couldn't even remember the last time Rey was a bad guy. And
I think the difference is that Rey Mysterio may have never turned bad, but he stayed good this long for what? Like, he won a championship. He won a WWE championship. He won a World Heavyweight Championship. I think he won a United States Championship when he came back. And then after that, it was kind of like he's just around. He's just vibing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you can call him the greatest babyface in terms of he never turned. But if we want to talk about what they did when they were baby faces, you know
okay, that's a better way to look at it. I'm saying it from the perspective of when you think good guy, my mind goes to Rey Mysterio. It would have gone to
now.
John Cena. Yeah. But
because Rey Mysterio, his ass, he got slammed into a steel, the side of the ring with the hospital thing.
yeah, that
I couldn't believe they did him
outrageous.
like that.
on a gurney. What the hell?
I was like, damn. They didn't think
Yeah.
what would happen when they dropped him either. Just hit the ground. He couldn't even brace himself.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Jade's gonna come back. Hopefully, she comes back with +7 mic skills.
Do we think
enraged?
we don't think Naomi's going to be on the show, right? Sell that injury a bit, you think?
I wouldn't be surprised if she showed up, but I don't think she is going to show up. Do I want her to show up? Yes, I want her to show up. I want her, honestly, I want Jade to be cutting a promo in the ring, and I want Naomi to attack her from behind. I'm not gonna lie to you, like,
I can see
and then have Bianca come in and try to split it up. You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah,
that's the angle they're
absolutely.
going with.
I can absolutely see that. But I don't know. I want to see more with Bianca in that storyline. I know she has her whole thing going on. It's more than likely a triple threat, but I feel like there's more to Bianca in that story.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
I
don't
just
know.
hope they don't. I just hope they don't do a fucking rematch for the women's championship on like another Raw. That would piss me off.
what do you mean, like a one-on-one rematch?
Like Io and Rhea run it back on Raw. I would hate to see that.
I mean, you mean on like the Way to Mania?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because if they do a rematch, then there's really no reason for Rhea to be in a triple threat.
Yeah. I think we should go classic 2012 to like 2015 WWE. Put them in a 6-woman tag team match. Bianca, Io, and Rhea versus Pure Fusion Collective, and let's run it. Honestly, you just talking about like a filler match on the way to WrestleMania? That's perfect.
Look dead into your camera and tell the viewers that you actually want to see that. You want to see Pure Fusion Collective on your screen at all.
I want to see Pure Fusion Collective lose on my screen.
Andre, can I keep it a buck with you?
For sure.
Sonya Deville doesn't even work there anymore.
That shows you how much I've been paying attention to them, man. I thought they was just kidding. That's so crazy.
I was gonna say the two of them are now. Could be doing more.
No,
You're
that's
gonna
crazy. But
you're
yeah,
gonna sit
I
here
think
and
they
tell
should
me
do
a-
it. I think they should
You-
do a 6-woman tag match regardless. But go ahead.
You're gonna sit here and tell me that a Bianca and Shayna Baszler feud wouldn't cook? I'd love to see that.
I'm saying, but no, I just didn't realize Sonya Deville. That shows you how much I've been paying attention to them. I thought Sonya Deville was just in catering. I didn't know she was fired.
No, she got.
I
the
knew
boot.
I knew Blair Davenport was released, and they let Carmella's contract expire before I knew that Sonya Deville was released.
Ooh, we could talk about that actually, because I was kind of conflicted on it, because I was never too big on Carmella. I don't know about you. I like the moonwalk and trash talking Princess of Staten Island. Like, that was all cool. For me, she lost all credibility when they put her with James Ellsworth. I don't know how you feel on that.
That James Ellsworth angle to me was funny, but I think Carmella just clearly passed her prime.
Yeah.
Like
Like
her prime was 2018. That was prime
Yeah.
Carmella. Mrs. Money in the Bank,
it's
women's champion. That whole thing, that was prime Carmella. After that, she just never got back to that level. And that's just
Like-
reality situation. I don't like her blaming it on being a mother for the sole fact of Becky hasn't been on TV being a mother. And granted, she had her kid during COVID, so it'd actually be kind of crazy. But she didn't. She hasn't been on TV. Becky Lynch hasn't been on TV for like the past like 9 months, maybe a year.
Yeah.
And they re-signed her to a not a 5-year deal, but they re-signed her to a contract. I'm pretty sure she's not the only woman who's had kids while being a wrestler.
Alexa Bliss.
Exactly, Alexa Bliss, and Alexa Bliss, they signed her back. I just think it's a matter of
It being a star.
W-
It's star power.
yeah. So if
Like-
Carmella wants to come back, she's just gonna have to pull a Drew McIntyre.
This is how I saw it when I saw that interview. I don't get blaming it on being a woman or being a mother, because there are people who have left, had kids, and came back. It literally comes down to star power, and I'm not going to sit here and say Carmella wasn't a star in 2018, but if you look at the current landscape of the division, you have on Raw, you have your Rhea Ripley's, your Io Sky's. No one wants to see them have a match with Carmella. SmackDown, you have
Yeah.
your Alexa Bliss's, Bianca Belair's, Jade Cargill's, Naomi. The list goes on for both brands. And then you
Yeah.
you have newcomers. You have your Roxanne's. You have your soon, hopefully, Stephanie Vaquer, Julia, Jordan Grace. You have so much talent that's going to be brought up. And to me, the way I see it is Carmella just doesn't have a place there anymore.
Yeah, Carmella's place has been taken by Chelsea Green. Let's tell the truth. Um,
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, yeah.
like to
Great
me,
way to word
Chelsea
it.
Green, Chelsea Green is doing what Carmella would have done right now. But I think Chelsea Green is. I don't know if she's younger, so I'm not going to say that. But Chelsea Green right now is better. If you ask me who's better, Chelsea Green now or 2018 Carmella, I'll probably tell you Carmella. I think Carmella in that time period wasn't bad in the ring and could get people to care about what was going on.
My only
Uh,
gripe, I would say Chelsea Green's better if they got her. Like, I like the gimmick she's in now, but I want to see like Lucha Underground Chelsea. Like, have her put on a match with Penta again. That's what I want to see. Have Io Sky versus Penta again. Like,
I don't
if you
know if
were
I
to-
want to see that in WWE. Not because I don't like the concept. I just think it would be random. Like, because they would have to put on an actual match, and usually intergender matches in WWE don't rock like that.
you're gonna sit here and say Rhea versus Dom doesn't make sense.
You didn't even let me I said they don't rock like that in the terms of they
Oh,
don't usually.
okay.
There's not usually an actual match. If
Sure,
Rhea versus
sure,
Dom
sure,
were to
sure.
happen, Dom's probably gonna get squashed. It's probably gonna be
Yeah.
Rhea doing offense, Liv getting in the way, Dom smacking her once, Riptide, Prism Trap, game. I don't think
Yeah.
they'll let them have an actual match
No, I agree.
because in terms of optics, it doesn't look good. Like from a wrestling
I
person's
mean-
point of view, to a wrestling person's point of view, it's fine. But if a child with his family is flipping through channels and he's like, I want to watch wrestling, turns on wrestling with his family, and sees Penta putting Chelsea Green through a table, or
what if they did it on
Penta hitting-
Netflix?
You said what?
What if they did it on Netflix? Like, to be blunt, we're in a completely unprecedented point in WWE. Like, we have never been to this point where Cody's dropping F-bombs uncensored. Think about, like, that is never
Yeah,
happened.
but it's not like he's
Well-
just letting it fly. It had a purpose.
That is true. I mean, I guess in
that's
the
how I feel
Attitude
about it.
Era.
I think things with purpose. It's like everybody makes fun of AEW because they bleed every match because there's no purpose. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. Yeah, that's a fair way to word it.
So if you give me good like not you, but like if they give me a good build for an intergender match that makes me feel like this match needs to happen, let it rock and let me see what happens. But you gotta give me the build for it.
What was the last intergender match? Was it? I'm pretty sure Rhea was in one. Wasn't it against Tozawa?
I think wasn't it Nia Jax?
Oh, she was in the Men's Royal Rumble, yeah. Or no,
Yeah.
was it Nia Jackson, Dean Ambrose?
I think so.
I will
I
never
genuinely
live.
think
I
that
will
was the
never forgive Vince for that. I'm not even
That was the
talking
end of
about the
Dean
other
Ambrose.
stuff.
That was the end of Dean Ambrose.
Dude, I remember I was watching. He was doing this interview. The way that went down is they literally gave him a mic and said, "Go air out your grievances," and then they played Nia Jax's music. So he didn't
crazy to
even
me.
know, which is that's insane to me. But
That's insane.
yeah, I mean, it was done is done.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, I think that's how I feel about it. If you give me the build, I'll believe in it. But if you just throw it together, I'm like, did this need to happen?
yeah,
Because it would have the build would have to be nuclear for me to like be like, no, this has to happen.
I don't even know if they could do that would make sense. Like, I don't know. I feel like it would have to be Nia or Rhea just calling someone out.
Yeah, which would be crazy.
That's the only way I see that working. But I don't know. I'm trying to think. Do we have anything else to talk about?
Can't think of anything.
All right. Thanks for watching the Put Over podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that follow button. Just make sure you put us over. Make sure you tune into the next episode. And as always, I'm Michael.
I'm Andre.
And thank you for watching.
Peace. That's what Darvin Ham be saying. Salute.